Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Basketball high atop the Liberty Creek High School Gymnasium, where your Lady Panthers will take on the Lady Wolves of Liberty Creek. Kyle Eden, John Thayer, Miguel Amandaris with us. Thank you for supporting Panther basketball. Lady Panthers back to their winning ways as they won all 3 games last week, defeating White House Heritage by a score of 42-36. Joe Burns pummeled them 55-12. Donaldson Christian defeat 46-37. Gorchek Moot averaging 23 points in her last 2 games, including 28 points Saturday afternoon against Donaldson Christian Academy. Nalok Paul had 5 steals against Heritage to spur the Lady Panthers in that win. Their record now stands at 10-9, but wipe the slate clean as tonight, the first district game of the season.
I'm nervous. I forgot about it being the first district game of the season.
Well, we're so used to coming. I mean, we played Liberty Creek since their inception,
right,
so long ago, 4 years ago. But their enrollment, the last reclassification, moved them up to 3A. And, of course, that would put them right in our district. And so now Liberty Creek not only used to be a pre-district game that we would always play in November, December. Now they really count as we play them in January and – well, twice in January.
So they're 14-4?
They're 14-4. They've got wins against Brentwood, Mount Juliet, and Murfreesboro Central Magnet. A 21-point shellacking of Macon County last month. I bet you'd like to have been to that game.
I would have, but I'm not sure who I'd have been for. I'm kidding. I would not have been for Macon County. 21
season last year, tied for the regular season title in 6AA. They were also district tournament champions, but they were upset in the regionals last year by Jackson County. Now they've moved up to Class 3A, but still looking to make some noise. Coach Kerry Douglas, Liberty Creek, now has a veteran team. All 5 starters are seniors, and 4 of them have played significant minutes since their sophomore season. Led by Kayla West in the low post, Mason Lewis and Olivia Tate on the perimeter. This team has the inside-outside game. And I know Coach Stein is chomping at the bit to know where his team stands at this point in the season.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like you said, they got 5 senior starters, 7 total seniors on the roster. So that's a senior-oriented team. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting game. We've been I know we've won some ball games, but the White House Heritage we look absolutely awful in. Joe Burns, they scored 0 points in the first quarter, so you know that they're not going to be very good. So, and then the last game, they played pretty good. It was a good team they played. They were kind of young. 2 of their stud players were younger in age, but they were good ball players. So they looked pretty good on that game. So we're going to see. This is going to be a very interesting game to know where we stand.
Yeah, right quickly we'll see where we're at as the Panthers are 10-9, but looking to go 1-0 in the district. We're going to take a real short break. We'll come right back, and we'll get ready for the national anthem and starting lineups. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Wow, what a stirring rendition, beautiful rendition of the national anthem by members of the Liberty Creek Chorus. John, it sounded like there was 4 of them down there, and it was only 2.
Yeah, it sounded good, but I tell you what,
man.
Maddie Lassiter, she nails it. She is really the real deal when it comes to the national anthem.
I agree
I know
with that.
she's a P-Town girl, but I normally say it the way it is.
Yep.
And they were good, but Maddie, she can make a living doing that one day possibly.
Yeah, you got a good point. We'll go over their starting lineups as they're announcing it by the PA here in the gymnasium floor, but we'll look at it here ourselves, starting with the Liberty Creek Lady Wolves, again coming in tonight's game with a record of 14-4, led by Coach Carrie Douglas. This is her 4th season as she's been the head coach of Liberty Creek girls basketball team since the founding of Liberty Creek. And they'll have, again, 5 seniors starting in tonight's lineup. And they'll start off with Emerson Fitzwilson and Olivia Tate. They'll take care of the guard positions. Forwards, Delaney Corlew, Mason Lewis, and then number 35, the senior, Kayla West. For the Portland Lady Panthers, 10-9 on the season. And Coach Steinbrecher will have 2 seniors, a junior, a sophomore, and a freshman starting into tonight's lineup, as he'll have guard Madison Mays, the freshman, averaging just over 2 points per game, 2 rebounds a game. Guard Addie McKelvey, a sophomore, 5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds a game, shooting 90% from the free throw line, and actually leads the team in 3-point shooting at 28%. In the forward positions, you'll have senior Nylock Powell. Paul with 11.6 points per game, 5 rebounds a game. She's shooting 52% from the free throw line, but that has improved greatly from where she was at the beginning of the season. Also on the other side, junior Gorchek Moot leading the team in scoring at 14.2 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game. Leads the team in free throw percentage at 68%, 22% from behind the arc. And manning the center position will be senior Kieva Bradley, 9.5 points a game, 5.5 rebounds per game, leads the team. And she leads the team in free field goal percentage, shooting it at 61% from the floor. As a team, Lady Panthers are scoring almost 47 points a game, shooting 54% from the free throw, 40% field goal percentage, and from behind the three-point area, 22%. On the other side, Liberty Creek, again, we talked about Kayla West leads the team in scoring in that low post area, but then when they double and triple team her, she'll throw it out to the perimeter, as Olivia Tate and Mason Lewis together are shooting about 36% from the three-point area. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to worry about. Rebounding, once again, is going to be a key issue.
Yeah, it always is until we get the blocking out thing under control. They've got 14 subs. I bet they had to buy extra chairs this season.
So it'll be Kayla West going against Gorchek Moot. Ball is in the air, tipped. Moot wins the tip, goes straight to Addie McKelvey. So the Lady Panthers will have the basketball first, and they'll be going right to left. They're wearing their visiting black jerseys, white trim, white numbering, as Moot at the top of the key hands it off to McKelvey. McKelvey cut off by Fitzwilson, part of this man-to-man defense of the Lady Wolves. 3 by Paul. It's in there. Nylock Paul with the first basket of the night for either team. 3-0 now, early going in the first. Down low to West. She'll pop it back out. There's Tate for 3, and she makes hers. 3-3. Both teams breaking the ice from behind the arc. Paul looked at the 3, goes towards the free throw line, gives it up to Moot. Moot picks up her dribble. Turnover, picked up by Tate. And she'll just pick it up in the front court. Didn't quite have possession. And Liberty Creek wearing their home whites. Red numbering, blue lettering, and blue trim. West at the top of the key will swing it over to the far side to Lewis. Back on time to Tate. A couple of dribbles, tries to entry pass down low, gets knocked away by Moot. Liberty Creek keeps possession of the basketball. Minute and a half gone here in the first quarter. Score tied at 3. Tate, hard bounce pass in the lane is tipped, but the Wolves will regain possession. Screen to the right side for Tate. Cross court over to Corlew. Back out on top to Tate. She gets around Moot. Dribbles all the way over to the far corner. Liberty Creek doing a good job of passing around. Finally gets an opening down low to West. She's cut off. Has to throw it back out to Fitzwilson. Misses the 3. Big rebound by the Lady Panthers, and that was a huge defensive possession for Portland. Into the low post, over to Kieva Bradley. She turns around, makes the layup. Transition, they beat Liberty Creek coming back, but quickly Liberty Creek responds as Kayla West was dragging through the lane, gets the pass, and turns around and makes the layup of her own. Yeah,
we did a great job on the fast break. Took 3 passes to get a layup, and then we were slow getting back defensively.
Shot for the Panthers is no good. Tipped rebound goes to Liberty Creek. 5-5 is your score. A 3 by the Panthers, a 3 by Liberty Creek, a bucket by the Panthers, a 2 by Liberty Creek. And Moot tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with Liberty Creek.
We did a much better job of getting back. They're going to make us run to get to the end of the floor before they set up their shots.
Inbound to the 3-point area. Corlew. Baseline goes Lewis. She's met by Bradley. Loses the basketball. Mays with it. Gives it over to Moot. She takes a 3 off the front of the rim. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go to the Lady Wolves.
I like the fact we had 2 girls crashing the board there. Them offensive rebounds are critical, and having people going after the ball is important.
We're at the 5-minute mark here, the first quarter. Good crowd here at Liberty Creek Gymnasium.
It's not easy getting here.
There's some twists and turns.
And trucks trying to run you off the road.
Tate, baseline shot, rolls in. Olivia Tate with a bucket. And that'll be the first lead of the night for Liberty Creek. 5 points on the night for Tate. Moot's going to take another 3. Bottom. Gorchek Moot with her 3 puts the Panthers back out in front, 8-7. 4.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Paul meets up with Lewis across the midcourt. Over to Tate. West pops out, gets the pass, tries to throw it into the paint. It's knocked loose, picked up by Paul. She has Bradley up ahead, gets it up to her. Bradley takes a shot. Oh, rolls out. How did that not go in?
Yeah, I wish Paul would have pushed it just a little bit longer, and then the defender would have had to make up her mind a little later.
Tate pump fakes, goes baseline, spin move, back out in front to Fitzwilson. And she'll give it over to Corlew. Corlew takes a shot. Bradley with the rebound.
It's a nice rebound. They're coming in behind trying to get a quick steal on that rebound. They know we have tendencies to be a little lazy clearing it out.
McKelvey to Paul. Paul takes the screen, goes towards the lane, but then she'll dish it out to Moot. Moot will take a drive in the lane. Over to McKelvey for a 3. Off the mark. Offensive rebound. Put back for Nylock Paul.
That was really nice. She did a great job of getting position and grabbing that. And it wasn't an easy rebound because it kind of ricocheted off a little bit.
Steal on the pass by McKelvey, and she'll take it to the length of the court, but misses the layup, but Moot is right there for the putback. Timeout called by Liberty Creek. Your Lady Panthers have upped their lead to 5. This is Portland basketball. Who scored that last one, Moot or Paul?
Moot.
Junior Aaron Lauderdale into the game for Liberty Creek. Liberty Creek took a lead And the Panthers went on a 7-0 run. Timeout called by the Lady Wolves. Panthers lead 12-7. Liberty Creek with the basketball, screen up top. Story Russell into the game for Coach Stein as she came in for Madison Mays. Far corner is Lauderdale. Can't find anyone. Gives it up to Lewis for the three. Bucket. Mason Lewis with her first three of the night. Cuts that Panther lead to 2. 12-10 is your score. 2:30 to go here in the first. Also Mia Reeves in the lineup for Liberty Creek. High-low through the arms of Bradley. Turnover will give it to Liberty Creek. Lewis into the front court. Picked up by Paul at the volleyball line. Goes to her left over to Lauderdale. Lauderdale surrounded by Bradley. Has to back it up. Gets it up to Reeves. And she'll go down to the lane on the left-hand side and makes the layup. Nice move. Looked like she was going left. Changed her motion. Timeout work for Liberty Creek as now the score is tied 12-12. Moot. Paul. Guarded by Lewis. Gives it up to Russell. Pass over to the far side to Moot. Paul back at the top of the key. Down low to Bradley. Turn around good. Nice entry pass by Russell on the left slot area. Gives Bradley her second bucket of the night. Now the Panthers up by 2. Down the lane goes Tate. Takes one from the baseline. It's good. A contested 10-foot shot from Olivia Tate. Ties it back up. 7 points on the night for Tate. McKelvey gives it up to Moot. Paul starts the offense. Moot with it again, trying to go down low to Bradley, but she's being fronted by Lauderdale, so Paul will take a three. She made it. Nylock Paul with her second three of the night. Gives it a 3-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Liberty Creek winning that 1-4 offense. Reeves to Lauderdale. 25 seconds remaining. Lewis, pump fake. Gives it up to Tate. 20 seconds ago. Tate goes down the outside of the lane and makes a swooping right-handed hook shot. And McKelvey says, how did that go in? And I don't know what else Addie McKelvey could have done on that defensive possession. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Moot will take one at the buzzer. No good. At the end of one, it's Portland 17, Liberty Creek 16. You're listening to Lady Panther basketball.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Get what I was talking about, that one? It's just like...
I was looking for Mad Dog Marlin to see if he was doing the wobble as they're jamming it out inside Liberty Creek Gymnasium. Start of the second quarter. Lady Panthers lead 17-16 on the court for Coach Stein.
I don't think he wobbles as much with his wife. She might punch him.
Story Russell, Madison Mays, Gorchek Moot, Kieva Bradley, Addie McKelvey. I'm sorry. She is sitting back down. So Bailey Sharklet will start this second quarter. Paul will take a breather. Lauderdale. Over to Lewis. Lewis goes baseline against Moot. Bumps. Misses a shot. Gets her own rebound. Back out on front. Reeves is going to take a three. Bottom. Mia Reeves gives Liberty Creek the lead, 19-17. Mays. Moot dribbles into the lane. Gives it up to Sharklet. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Wolves.
Yeah, I thought it was a good dish. She just wasn't expecting it. But she's young. She's going to get used to that.
Russell will inbounds. Nylock Paul leading the way for the Lady Panthers in that first quarter with 8. Madison Mays for the three. No good. Ball is on the floor. Dove by Russell, but it goes out of bounds. It'll go to Liberty Creek. 9 points for Olivia Tate of the Lady Wolves in that first quarter. A couple of those shots were high degree of difficulty.
Yes, she looks really good. Basketball in her hand.
Lewis with the basketball. Gives it to Fitz-Wilson. Fitz-Wilson goes in between two Panther defenders. Pass behind her back is loose, picked up by Mays. Mays picked up her dribble in the backcourt, can't find anyone. Russell comes to help, but then loses the basketball. Luckily, it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Liberty Creek. That was disaster written all over it.
It was. They probably would have been better off leaving us alone. We'd had 2-second count on.
Paul comes into the game. Bradley will take her first break. Russell will sit out. In comes McKelvey. McKelvey gets picked up by Fitz-Wilson at the center stripe. Over to Moot. Moot spin lane at the elbow. Tries to dish it out to Mays a little too high. I'm okay with Moot going ahead and shooting that basket.
Yeah, I am too, but she's trying
got
to work
the size,
on her teammate skills, I think.
Lewis getting instructions from Coach Douglas. Liberty Creek trying to extend this 2-point lead. Screen on the way. Fitz-Wilson was open, but she gives it up to Reeves. She takes the shot, no good. Offensive rebound by West, and the putback gives 2 to Liberty Creek. That was just bad defensive positioning for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, that's that dreaded offensive rebound putback. That Pat Summit drove her nuts.
21-17, Liberty Creek leads.
The reach.
As Moot gets double teamed, and they're finally going to call that holding call.
I tell you see the maturity there, though. When she got in trouble and they double-teamed her, she ripped that ball through that zone. You know, like when they're young, they kind of just let it sit there where they can tie them up real easy. If you'd have gotten in the way of one of those hands coming through, you'd have got hit really hard in the nose.
Very interesting as Liberty Creek double-team Mays in the backcourt. McKelvey had to entry pass to Bradley. Bradley gives it right back to her. Over to Moot. Baseline. Floater goes in. Gorchek Moot. 7 points on the night. 2-point lead for Liberty Creek. Lewis, and they're going to call the reach in on Nylock Paul.
Whoa, we got double whammied right down here with no call hardly at all till the third whammy. I didn't even see that foul.
That was the first foul on Paul. Lewis tries to bounce pass down low. It's knocked out by Bradley. It'll stay with Liberty Creek. Inbounds right into the low block, blocked by Moot. The Liberty Creek gets the basketball, so they'll set up their offense. Fitz-Wilson to the right, to the left. Pass over to Reeves. Pass down the lane is mishandled by Liberty Creek.
We got a hoe on that inbound play there. It's when they take it out, our defender on the ball is really flat-footed about not spinning around and helping on defense for a few seconds. We got to fix that or we're going to lose a big game.
Bradley has to bring it up to the front court as Liberty Creek starting to use some pressure defense. Moot over to Paul. Slings it to Mays for the three in the corner. Off the mark, chased down by West. And Liberty Creek with a 2-point lead. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Lewis over to the left-hand side. Dribble handoff to Fitz-Wilson. Entry pass down low to West. West turns around, pump fake, shot is up, no good. A rebound. Moot will dribble it near to the front court. McKelvey back to Moot, down the lane. Scoop shot is good for Gorchek Moot.
Nice shot.
9 points on the night. For number 24, the score is now tied 21 all, 4:30 to go here in the first half. Reeves to Corlew. Now Fitzwilson, number 12, being guarded by the number 12 as McKelvey steps up against Fitzwilson. They go cross court, far corner. Lewis with the three. It's good. Mason Lewis with her second three of the night gives Liberty Creek that 3-point lead, 24-21.
They got a couple girls that can really shoot the ball.
Mays gives it up to McKelvey. McKelvey double team over to Moot. Takes a screen, takes a three, miss, rebound Liberty Creek. Pass up ahead, Fitzwilson, pump fake, misses the shot. Rebound is loose, picked up by Bradley. Loose again.
That's got to be our ball. They're laying out of bounds with their hands on it. Why wouldn't it be out on them? What do they call it, jump?
Coach Stein called a timeout before they could make any other considerations on that particular offensive play. So with 3:22 to go, Liberty Creek is up 24-21. John, kind of a high-scoring affair here in the early going, but the Panthers are holding their own against this hot-shooting Liberty Creek team. Liberty Creek has 4 threes. Panthers have 3 threes of their own. But I like the way our offense is moving.
I like the way Coach Stein knows how to call a timeout at the most opportune moment. When it's the least opportune moment, we're getting ready to have a turnover. He's really, really uncanny at that. And he seems like he does it mostly on when we're on the defensive side, where we get back to give them an extra shot. He's really good about, we needed to get that rebound, we didn't or something, and he calls timeout. He's probably one of the best timeout callers I've seen in a long time.
Coach Stein, I believe in his 7th season as head coach of the Portland Lady Panthers, has a state championship appearance on his resume now.
The only in the history of Portland, as far as I remember.
.322 to go here in the first half. Lady Panthers with the basketball. Liberty Creek will back up. Tate will meet McKelvey at the volleyball line. Lob to the free throw to Bradley. Moot pops out, turns around for the three. In and out. Rebound is loose, picked up by Liberty Creek. Pushing it into the front court is Tate. Loose on a pop out, take a pass, trying to get West down low. It's not there. Back out front to Fitzwilson. Her first three doesn't go in. Offensive rebound and putback by Liberty Creek. In and out of the arms of the Lady Panther defense. And Bradley is fouled.
Yeah, their guards crashed the boards too, and that's what's hurting us a little bit. Is our inside girls are getting position, getting in the battle for the ball, but they're being outmanned 2-1.
Now Liberty Creek going full court, man-to-man. Mays able to inbounds to McKelvey. McKelvey picked up her dribble, quick double team over to Mays. Bounce pass back to McKelvey. Gives it to Bradley at the free throw line area. Popped out is Moot. She'll take one from about 16 feet, no good. And Liberty Creek now with the 5-point lead. And the basketball. Bounce pass taken away by Moot, but she loses it in transition. Back to Lewis. Over to West. Short jumper for Liberty Creek is short. Ball on the floor picked up by West. That shot doesn't go in. Bradley gets the rebound and loses it again. But McKelvey's able to pick it up. Throws it way up ahead to Paul. Paul does a spin move towards the baseline, throws it out to Moot. Moot's going to take another three. That one's off target. Rebound by Paul. She'll just back up and take her own three.
Oh.
And it bounces in. Nylock Paul says, let me show you how it's done. Double digits on the night for her. 26-24 Liberty Creek leads, and they'll call that foul on McKelvey.
Yeah, I'm not getting on her, but that always kills me because they're not going to shoot the ball in most cases that far out. I've always liked to sag a little bit so you're not chasing so early in the equation. That make sense?
Story Russell will come in for Mays. Yes, it does.
Well, it did to me. I mean, if they're not going to shoot it from the woof, why cover them on the woof?
Lauderdale in for Liberty Creek, gets fouled immediately upon possession of the basketball. And that's the third team foul on the Lady Panthers with 1.5 minutes to go. Baseline out of bounds plays for Liberty Creek. Lewis, baseline. Pump fake, not going to take it. Back out on front. Fitzwilson tries to get around Russell. Can't do it. Bounce pass over to no one in particular, but off the fingertips of Moot, so to stay with Liberty Creek. 1:15 to go here in the first half.
It's good defense. We just can't get it back door on us.
Panthers did a good job of denying the inbounds on that one, but it finally gets out to Fitzwilson. She stutter steps into the lane, dishes it off to Lauderdale for the three, and it goes in. Cannot leave these guys open. Lauderdale with her first bucket of the night. It is 29-24. McKelvey into the lane, takes a floater, gets fouled on the shot, and that'll send Addison McKelvey shooting 90% from the free throw strike up for two with 50 seconds to go.
These are big right here. We try to keep this thing close going in a half.
Kelvy makes the first one. West comes back into the game, and she'll take the place of Delaney Corlew. Kelvy gets set for the second free throw. That one doesn't go in. 1 out of 2. 29-25 now is your score.
We had a little walk, no call.
Lewis to Reeves. Reeves on the far slide. Back out on front to Fitzwilson. Takes her dribble into the lane. West throws it back over to Reeves. Back out on top to Lewis. An open three. That one doesn't go in, but an offensive rebound. That time it's tied up. 22.9 seconds to go here in the second quarter. That is our first held ball incident. And the possession arrow goes to the Portland team. Baseball pass out front. Moot tries to track it down and does. There was, I thought, who is she throwing it to? And Moot comes from nowhere and just basically got right behind the defender. Again. And now the do-call walk on Lewis on that one. So yeah, 29-27.
You're right. When she threw that, I go, what in the world is she thinking? There was two Liberty Creek girls in position on this side, but she just knew she wasn't going to outrun her all the way to go. It was a great pass.
9 seconds, 8 seconds. Oh, flashing through the lane was Paul, but she mishandles it. 3 seconds. Liberty Creek has a chance to score at the buzzer, and they do it. A 4-point swing as Paul mishandled the basketball for a layup on one end. Liberty Creek's able to take the ball and go full court for the layup on the other end. At the half, it's Liberty Creek 31, Portland 27. You're listening to Lady Panther basketball. halftime, Liberty Creek leads your Portland Lady Panthers by a score of 31-27 as we're being entertained by the, what would you say, John? The
Little dribblers.
The 3 and under.
Yeah, what age is that?
Basketball dancers.
4 and under.
4 and under. Man, what a sight. A fast-paced game at times there in the first half. A good first half, I thought, for the Lady Panthers overall. If you had to kind of complain about something, I think it would be the offensive rebounding, because Liberty Creek had way too many possessions, had opportunities to get more points on the board. Being able to contest the threes is an issue, but we're doing our own good things on the offensive side of the court ourselves.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, it should be a tie ball game right here because we had a point-blank play that we just kind of mishandled, and then that turned into them getting a buzzer beater layup. So you take those, swing them around the other way, and it's 29-29. So I got no problem. I think they're trying to exploit our young girls on the perimeter just a little bit, so we're going to have to make sure we have an answer for that. And like you said, block out, not let them have second chance points, I think is our big thing.
I thought Moot looks like, of course, Paul has her points too, but Moot looks like she's just focused. And that started probably about 2 weeks ago, and she's still on fire tonight. And I think that's going to be a big point here in the second half of making sure that she stays on fire to kind of keep us in this game. And then, of course, we'll have to make a run somewhere along the way and just keep them off the boards.
Yep, I agree. And the good thing is Paul has found her little scoring niche. She likes to score. And you got to have more than one scorer. Because there's going to be nights that you don't get anything. I'd like to see a little bit more production out of our guards. But we'll get there. Like I said, they're young. This is their first district game on the road. I'm sure they're nervous. But scoring so far today is McKelvey's got 1, Paul's got 11, Moot's got 11, Bradley's got 4. Rebounds, Paul's got 3, Moot's got 2, Bradley's got 3. Steals, Russell with 1, Mays with 1, McKelvey with 1, Paul with 1, Moot with 1, Bradley with 1. Block shots, Moot's got 2. Assists, Russell with 2, McKelvey with 3, Paul with 2. And we've got 5 total turnovers, so that's 2.5 a quarter. That's doable. So we just need to, like you said, we need to make sure we're blocking out, not let them have second chance points. Don't let their big girl get in on us on that pick and roll that they're doing pretty decent there, and just make our shots.
We talked about this being a district game, John, and I don't think we've really said too much about the district season this year, waiting until this moment. But reclassification kind of changed things around as far as what we had for the last 2 seasons. This year, no Macon County in our district, but we have let go of 1, but we have added 2 as Springfield and Liberty Creek both have come into the district to go along with Greenbrier, Station Camp, and White House. So that makes a 6-team district, which means, before this year, when you had the 5-team, pretty much you had 2 teams that had to play each other to district tournament, but everybody else got to automatically go to the region. Now you're going to have 4 teams playing for 2 spots in that district.
So we're going to have a play-in game now? Is that what they got to do?
Well, you had 1 play-in game last year. Now you're going to have 2 sort of play-in games, I guess you'd say.
Okay.
Or you could say 2 teams get a bye. That's probably the best way
they're
to
going to do
it.
it?
Yeah.
I didn't know how they were going to handle it.
So now,
that'll be interesting for sure.
Used to, you could get in that 3rd spot and you didn't have to worry about it. You were automatically in the region. Now that's not the case. You get in the 3rd spot, you're going to have to play the number 16 and win that game to get into the district semifinal. So it's going to be interesting. And we've got some tough teams. Everybody knows. We've already talked about Liberty Creek. We've already seen Liberty Creek. We already know what they can do, considering what they've done. And they've gradually improved, of course, every year since Liberty Creek. This is the 4th basketball season for Liberty Creek, and they just keep improving. The girls' side does. Of course, Springfield, is going to be an athletic, tough team as they've dropped from 4A down to 3A in their classification, and now they're with us. And then we always know how Greenbrier and White House, and especially Station Camp. Station Camp just does not go away. So as the Little Dribblers make their way off the court. We're going to take one short pause. When we come back, we'll get ready for second half action as you're listening to Lady Panther basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Getting ready to start the second half between Portland and Liberty Creek. Liberty Creek leading by 4, 31-27. Watching the girls come out on the court and get ready for the warm-ups, they don't seem like they've lost the momentum. We kind of thought the way the first half ended, maybe they'd kind of be a little down, but they look energized and ready to go. And they'll have to use that energy on defense here to start the second half, as Liberty Creek will have the basketball and they'll be going from right to left. For the Lady Panthers, it'll be Paul, Moot, Bradley, McKelvey, and Mays. Liberty Creek with their starting five. Three quickly by Lewis is good, and that was just a good set play coming out of halftime as they used West as a screen, backed up, took the pass, and made the three. Third three of the night for Lewis. It's now a 7-point game. Paul tries to bounce past to Bradley. Too many legs. Picked up by Liberty Creek. Lewis goes the other directions, takes a shot, and it's going in, and there'll be an and one situation as she goes to the free throw line, and that one will go against McKelvey.
Yeah, that's just one of those.
Mays with the foul.
As you get older, you're going to learn, if you're going to make a foul there, make the foul where they can't make the bucket. You don't have to be mean, but you can be stern.
Lewis misses the free throw, though. 36-27 as Liberty Creek pressuring into the backcourt, but Mays is able to get it forward. Picks up her dribble over to Paul, and Paul gets pushed from behind.
We got kind of lucked up on that play because we were kind of discombobulated. We got to quit picking the ball up so close to getting over the half-court line. We need to push it a little bit up floor a little more.
Paul takes the inbounds, almost gets a backcourt violation, able to stop her steps, gives it back to Mays. An open three, hits the front of the rim, but bounces off Liberty Creek out of bounds. So to stay with the Lady Panthers. This is critical time early on here in the second half, but the Panthers all of a sudden down by 9.
Yeah, you're totally right. We have to quit the bleeding right now and get a couple buckets.
Inbounds to Moot. Moot tries to dribble into the lane, spin move it to the elbow, turnaround shot is good. The foul. Gorchek Moot will go to the free throw line.
Basket count.
Moot heard the call, accepted the challenge.
She's got some real deal moves, I'm telling you. And she's only a junior.
68% from the free throw line, and the referees have blown the whistle. I'm not sure.
The volleyball line messed them up. She was on the volleyball black instead of the white. I was looking down. I go, that just looks weird. And they caught her.
Looked close, didn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting. And she makes it.
It'd have been funny if we should have made that shorter one.
And no one noticed. An old-fashioned three-point play for the Panthers. 36-30 Liberty Creek. Turnover. Mays throws it up ahead to Moot. Moot has Tate to beat. Gets around her for the layup. A 5-0 run by the Panthers. Bring it back to 4. 32-36. Score check Moot. 16 points on the night. Tate down low to West. Back out front to Lewis for the three. That was off the mark. Mays with the rebound. And she'll get it over to McKelvey. Minute and a half gone. Panthers down by 4, but with possession of the basketball. Mays turns around, shoots a three. In and out. Picked up by Liberty Creek.
We only got one rebounder. Each trip down. We need to get some more people crashing to the board.
Lewis starting the offense. One-handed pass over to Fitz-Wilson. West at the free throw line gives it up to Tate of the far side. Step back shot inside the three is good. That was, wow.
That was impressive.
38-32, Liberty Creek leads. 5:45 to go here in the third quarter. Handoff to Paul. She'll take a three, a little short. And possession will go to the Lady Wolves.
One thing, when they're always trying to double team us on the rebounds, if we can get that thing cleared out a little bit quicker, we should always have a fast break on them. Or at least numbers to get a fast break.
Lewis, left-hand side, Tate goes baseline, pump fake, shot is up, fade away, no good. Moot with the basketball, throws it up ahead to Bradley. Bradley goes from left-hand side to right-hand side, takes a shot in and out, tipped back over to Bradley by Paul. She'll give it out on front to McKelvey. McKelvey goes baseline, shot's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Panthers. Good opportunity to close the lead. Panthers unable to do it right then and there, as Corlew and Tate will come out. Lauderdale and Reeves will come in. Story Russell goes to the scorer's table as Mays takes the inbounds and the three on the way off the mark. Lewis stutter steps at the three-throw line, goes down the lane, gets fouled. And we'll see if it was before the shot.
Yeah, I think they put it on the floor.
And they will say out of bounds for Liberty Creek as Story Russell will come in for Mays. Lewis inbounds from the baseline, can't find West, sees Lauderdale here on the nearest block area, but Lauderdale has to dribble it out, gives it up to Fitz-Wilson. What a move into the lane. These guards can dribble and shoot off the dribble as well as anyone. Turnover on the inbounds, but Liberty Creek misses the layup. And the Lady Panthers fell asleep for a second. Moot with the basketball, has to chase it down. Gets into the lane, finds Bradley on the low post. Nice basket for Kieva.
It was a nice dish because there was a lot of hands in the way.
Kieva with her first basket of the second half. She has 6 points on the night. 4:18 to go here in the third. Panthers are down by 6. Fitz-Wilson goes in the lane to Lauderdale. Lauderdale tries to get around Russell. And they're going to call a foul on the Lady Panthers. It'll be against Story or it'll be against Moot, and they will call it against Russell.
Russell starts on the hold.
Liberty Creek will inbound underneath their own basket. Lob out front to Fitz-Wilson. Fitz-Wilson fakes the spin move to the free throw line, then gives it up to Lewis. Entry pass down low to West. Turnaround shot is good, and the foul is called on Bradley. And Kayla West will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, she just pretty much had her way with her on that one. She turns and gets that hip into you. If you're not ready for it, she's going to back you down low.
So Wetz gets set for the free throw, and it goes in. McDavid comes in for Kayla West, making her first appearance of the night. A 9-point lead for Liberty Creek, and they'll start full court pressure. And a turnover, lobbed up ahead to Reeves. Ball is loose, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Liberty Creek could go to the Panthers. So,
yeah, when you get a ball there and the player who throws it to you is 2 feet away and doesn't move, probably she's not the person you need to take it back to. You either need to dribble on out of there or find somebody a little bit further away.
Paul begs for the inbounds pass, gets it, picks up her dribble, has to throw it up ahead, turnover, gives it to Fitzwilson. Fitzwilson fakes the dish and takes the layup. What a move by Fitzwilson. 45-34 is the lead now. Moot goes down the lane, misses a shot. Rebound by Lady Panthers, goes back to Moot, into the lane, dish out to Russell. Russell takes a three. It's good. A much-needed three by Story Russell.
Yeah, it was a big time to hit it. We just need to take some of the scoring burden off our top 2 scorers.
Liberty Creek was on a 9-2 run before she broke it with that three. It's now an 8-point lead for Liberty Creek, 45-37. Fitzwilson down the lane again and takes the floater.
Yeah, we can't guard her.
A 10-point lead and another turnover on the inbounds, but Moot picks it up. Dove on the floor now by Fitzwilson, and a timeout is called by Carrie Douglas. Things are getting out of hand for the Lady Panthers. Timeout on the floor. Liberty Creek 47, Portland 37. 2:35 to go here in the third. You're listening to the Portland Sports Network.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Evaluations of halftime adjustments at this point favor the Liberty Creek Lady Wolves as they come out and scored 16-10 over the Lady Panthers. 2:35 to go here in the third. They've extended their lead up to 10 over Portland as Lewis takes it over to Lauderdale. Lauderdale misses the three. Rebound goes to McKelvey. And Paul will take it to the front court, down the lane, take the shot, gets fouled. So she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, Paul's really picked up her offensive game this year. I don't know, they've spent some time in the gym and get it right. Her and Moot both look a whole lot better with the ball in their hands. Not that they looked bad last year. Got to hit that free throw, though.
Paul shooting 52%, misses the first one and misses both of them.
That's
the rebound knocked out by Liberty Creek, so to stay with Portland. John, Liberty Creek just doesn't give up on the play.
No,
if they miss
don't.
a shot and we get the rebound, they're still going after it.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is senior oriented too. When you got 5 seniors starting, 2 off the bench, you learn that as you go. That's an age thing a lot of times.
Paul misses a 3 on the inbounds, but a turnover by Liberty Creek gives it back to Portland. Ill-advised pass is corralled by Russell, but then a turnover on a bad catch by the Lady Panthers. Give it to Liberty Creek.
The good thing about basketball is everybody can advance. So we just got to learn. We got some young'uns. The more we play this pace, the more they're going to get better at it, or we're going to die trying.
Panthers picking up three-quarter court and a little miniature 2-1-2 press. And a turnover to Bradley as she chased down that pass, gives it up to McKelvey. Bounce pass back to Bradley, but she gets affected on the layup shot. Liberty Creek with the basketball up to the front court. That was a good play. It just didn't go in. Three by Liberty Creek is missed. West with the rebound, turnaround shot. She'll dish it back out to Tate. Tate decides against the three, gives it to Fitz Wilson. A minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Liberty Creek up by 10. Fitz Wilson bounce pass to West, turnaround foul. And that will send Kayla West to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's a mismatch story. Doesn't have any business having to guard her, you know what I mean? There's a huge size. She did good. She got in there and banged. But that's just not really fair for her to have to drop the body up on that.
Kayla West will make the first one. What a resume. This is not her sport, Kayla West. And we've been watching her play basketball since she was a freshman. And started as a freshman. And she makes both of these.
So what's her sport? I'm guessing softball pitcher.
You are correct.
Never mind. I'm not going to play it.
49-37.
They got a softball program to die for up here, I've heard.
Yeah, we'll get more into that. High-low action, turnaround. Paul's shot is missed. She gets her own rebound and goes back up for the foul. So Paul will go to the free throw line for another two. So Liberty Creek last year won the state tournament. Well, they've won the state tournament the last 2 years in AA, beating Huntington 2 years ago and Alcoa last year, as Paul is short on the first. Kayla West leads the team. She's the star ace pitcher, I guess you'd say, as Paul gets set for the second free throw. That one goes in, and we'll tell more on West when we get a moment. 11-point lead.
So
Panthers
when we
again.
broadcast a softball game, don't broadcast that one.
Good idea. Tate gets trapped, gets rid of it to West. West finds Fitz Wilson out front, over to Reeves. Under a minute to go here in the third. Reeves gets around Moot. The running jumper doesn't go in. So with 38 seconds to go, Panthers trying to get it to single digits here. McKelvey to Russell. Picks up her dribble pretty quick, goes over to Bradley. Bradley looking for someone, and she'll dribble out to the front. McKelvey, far slot area, 19 seconds to go. Russell takes a three in the corner, doesn't go in. Liberty Creek with 13 seconds to go, gonna try to get one more basket. Up to Fitz Wilson, and she's not gonna waste any time. Over to West. West gets fouled on the shot. So good timing as Kayla West will go to the free throw line, and maybe I can finish my story. She's led Liberty Creek to the past two AA state championships. As a sophomore, she had a perfect game in the state championship finals to win it for Liberty Creek.
That's cool. And she's already signed to play somewhere. I don't know where, but I remember.
The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers will be her home, and she had several Division I offers. But
Well,
she
Western
decided
is
to
Division I.
Sorry, Power 4 offers. That's what I meant to say. So West will take a seat.
They've got an
after making
up-and-coming
both free
softball
throws.
program. They haven't quite gotten there where every year they're a juggernaut, but every couple years they make a little run.
Paul shoots one from half court at the buzzer, doesn't go in. At the end of three, it's Liberty Creek 51, Portland 38. We'll be back for the final 8 minutes of Lady Panther. start of the fourth quarter. Lady Panthers have a tough hill to climb as they're down by 13, 51-38. Got to be McKelvey, Russell, Paul, Bradley, and Moot. Moot started out strong in that third quarter, scoring 5 quick points. And then she was kind of quiet for the final 7 minutes.
Yeah, I think they're getting just a little frustrated, but they don't need to. We're young in the backcourt. We're going to get better. The older girls have just got to bear with us.
Panthers have the basketball to start this fourth quarter. Bradley, top of the key area, trying to get it over to Russell. Russell trying to get over to McKelvey, and then it gets tipped out of bounds, so to stay with the Panthers. Inbound on the far side, Russell. Just gives it to Paul. Paul guarded by Corlew. Spin move in the lane, and the shot is good. And that was Gorchek Moot with the basket. 18 points on the night for her. 51-40 is your score. Lob down low to West. Nobody behind her. She turns around and makes the layup.
Yeah, we got to decide who is going to guard her.
Back up to 13. Russell looks at the three, goes against it. Dribbles over to Bradley. Paul in the low post area, asking for the basketball. Russell swings it over to Bradley. Back out on front to Moot. Moot takes a screen into the lane, baseline area, and she gets held up. And they're going to say it went off the Liberty Creek Lady Wolf. Thank you. They'll stay with the Panthers, much to the chagrin of the home crowd.
Well, she got fouled is what she did. So they ought to just hush up and be glad they didn't call foul on her.
Lob to Bradley at the elbow. She takes a dribble, pump fake, shot goes up. She gets fouled. Whistle will send Bradley to the free throw line. They're going to call that one on West. 1 minute, 6 seconds gone here in the fourth. Bradley makes the first one. Leading the team, shooting 55% from the free throw line. And she makes the first one. Spin, set, shoot. That one doesn't go in. 7 points on the night for Bradley. Trying to lob it down to West again, but it's knocked out from behind by Moot. It'll stay with Liberty Creek.
We're still late getting back. They're making us run the full court, and we're not always running it.
Tate swings it to Lewis. Lewis trying to find West down low. It's not there. Gives it up to Tate again. Tate takes a couple dribbles and a shot. Misses it. Panthers with a three can get it to single digits with 6.5 to go. A lob in the corner to Moot. Moot gets knocked around, loses the basketball. Tate gets it. Bounce pass to Fitz-Wilson. Transition basket for Liberty Creek. As the Lady Panthers were very slow in getting back. It is now a 14-point lead. McKelvey. Turnover in the front court. And now Liberty Creek with the basketball again. That's Fitz-Wilson. Lewis slowly walking it up to the front court. Under 6 minute mark here in the fourth. Lady Panthers down by 14. Liberty Creek with the basketball. Baseline goes Lewis. Dishes it out front to Fitz-Wilson. And she'll wait for Lewis to come back out and give it to her. Entry pass to West. Turn around to the baseline. Whistle blown. That'll go against Bradley. West to go to the free throw line. It looked like she was pretty still and had good position on that one.
Yeah, that's just one of those phantom automatic call kind of deals. It happens at every level.
West makes the first free throw. Substitutions for Liberty Creek. For Portland, Mays will come in for McKelvey. West is short on the second free throw. Tie up on the rebound. Possession arrow goes to Liberty Creek.
We can't let that ball hit the ground right there. Period.
West will take a seat for Liberty Creek. She may be done for the game. Lauderdale takes the inbounds. Gets into the lane. Spin move. Gives it up to Reeves. Peyton Shepard in the game for Liberty Creek as Lewis guarded by Paul. Paul just took it from her. Didn't have the numbers. Stops at the three-point line, takes a shot, and it goes in. Timeout called by Coach Stein. A courageous three by Nylock Paul as she stole the ball. By the time she corralled it, she couldn't make the run to the other end of the basket, so she waits for her teammates to set up and then decides, I'm going to take this three. And Coach Stein says, timeout, let's get set up on our defense. With that, we're going to take a short pause. We'll be back. Lady Panthers down by 12 with 5:12 to go. This is the Portland Sports Network.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
It's what you desire. Don't play with matches. Don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
5 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. Liberty Creek leads Portland Lady Panthers by a score of 56-44. Nylock Paul with the three. That's her fourth three of the night, 15 points for her. Moot leading the team with 18. Liberty Creek with the basketball. The Panthers will pick up at half court. Fitz Wilson, guarded by Paul, goes over to her right. Picks up the dribble, back out front is Tate. Takes the front end three, no good. Offensive rebound for Liberty Creek, and they'll start up the offense again. Fitz Wilson to the right, back to the left in the lane, dished out, three on the way for Corlew. Bounces in, out, no good. Offensive rebound and put back by Lauderdale goes in, and she's fouled.
Yeah, right now we're just getting whooped on the boards, period. We're flat-footed. We just don't have any intensity at all. We pretty much just mailed the rest of this game in.
So Lauderdale with the and one, and it goes in. 58-44 now is your score. The Panthers have let this one get away, 59-44. That's Paul to Mays. Liberty Creek keeping the pressure on. Mays into the lane and gets fouled. And that'll give her two.
You know, I like that there about Mays, though. She's a freshman. If there's anybody going to kind of back down and go into a shell right now, it would be her. But she didn't right there. She took the ball to the hole trying to score some bucket. I like that.
Mays misses the first one, and the night is not done for Kayla West as she comes in for Corlew. How many points you got for West there, Josh?
West, I've got 14.
0 for 2 for Mays at the free throw line. 15-point lead for Liberty Creek with 4:22 to go. Pass down low is tipped out by the Panthers. It'll stay with Liberty Creek. 4:11 remaining.
Back to their softball program, if memory serves me right, they've got 3 or 4 other girls that signed to play college after this season. So their team this year ought to be pretty good on paper.
Good point.
Maybe we will broadcast that game.
Bradley gets it stolen from behind. As Fitz Wilson will wait for her teammates to get into the offensive set. 17-point lead. Tate looks for a screen, roll to the basket of West, a little too high, turnover picked up by Bradley. Bradley's going to try to take it the length of the court, and it goes in.
Bradley, 2.
9 points for Bradley. Now a 15-point lead for Liberty Creek. West down low, misses a shot. Good defense by Bradley that time.
They really should have
fouled
called
on the
her
rebound.
for offensive rebound, because that push in there was really slow and long. There was no doubt that was charging on her part, to me.
So Portland with the basketball. 3:14 remaining. 15-point deficit here in our first district contest of the season. McKelvey takes a three. Short. Picked up by Tate. Over to Lewis. Lewis gets double teamed, dribbles her way out of it. Dishes it off to Corlew. Back to Fitzwilson out on top. Fitzwilson down the lane gets blocked, picked up by Lauderdale. And now Lewis will start it over again. Lewis guarded by McKelvey. Dribble handoff to Corlew, back to Fitzwilson. And she'll back up a few steps. Moot almost gets the steal. Fitzwilson falls down, loses the basketball, and it'll go over to the Panthers.
I'm not sure what they were all upset about. Looked like pretty good defense to me. She finally met her match tonight and tripped all over the floor and knocked it out of bounds.
61-46, Liberty Creek leads. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Mays to Moot. Moot gives it over to McKelvey, who goes baseline. Bounce pass to the near corner for Mays. Mays goes into the lane, and she'll give it out to Moot. Moot's looking to get a shot off. Can't do it. Loses the basketball. Picked up by Fitzwilson. She's got McKelvey coming up behind her, and McKelvey will foul her from behind. Fitzwilson will go to the line for two.
Another pretty sweet shot there. Did you see how she turned her back to the defender and kind of lobbed it over? Little AKA Michael Jordan looking kind of. Whoa. Not quite as high on her. It looked good.
Wow. Fitzwilson with two, and she misses the first one. Minute 45 here to go in the fourth quarter. Fitzwilson makes the second one. Lady Panthers came in tonight's game on a 3-game win streak. Another turnover in the backcourt. Quick pass to Tate. A layup for Liberty Creek. Russell takes it inbounds. She gets trapped in the corner, picks up her dribble, gets it knocked out by Liberty Creek, but it rolls out of bounds, so it'll go to the Lady Panthers.
Well, mark this. Next game, we play them on your calendar, and it's going to tell us a lot.
Baseball pass to Moot on the inbounds. Moot gets it, but she's got a defender behind her. Ball gets knocked out from behind, and it's picked up by Tate. And Liberty Creek going to try to run some clock into the lane. I'll take that back. Fitzwilson, I don't think she wanted to shoot that, but there was nobody around her, so she decided to take the shot. Misses it, but offensive rebound for Liberty Creek. Bailey Sharklet in the game for Coach Stein as Paul came out. Lewis to Tate. Tate gives it to Corlew, and Corlew's shot is up good. Pass up ahead to Russell. Russell takes a couple of dribbles, misses a shot. Offensive rebound by Sharklet, put back no good. And Liberty Creek, with a 20-point lead, has the basketball with 23 seconds remaining. This one got away from us quick.
Yes, it definitely did. And they were just going to dribble it out last time, but when we went after them on defense, they go, well, heck, we're going to go ahead and score anyway.
Fitzwilson will back it up as the home crowd is cheering for their Liberty Creek Lady Wolves. We'll count it down, 3, 2, 1 at the buzzer. And this game has gone to a final, and it's Liberty Creek 66, Portland.
Two guys drove to work.
Portland has dealt their first district loss in the opening round of district play. We'll be right back with final thoughts, recap, and stats You're listening to Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Driving down the road or on a curvy lane, when you had too much to drink and can't spell your own name, you should have made a plan to get yourself home safe, but you chose to drive home instead and you should be ashamed. Oh no, 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 why'd you go thinking you should drive? Could have called a friend or cab to get you home tonight.
Keep the holidays happy, Tennessee. Booze it and lose it. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Final score, Liberty Creek 66, Portland 46. A game that got out of hand in the final 16 minutes. Lady Panthers were down only by 4 at the half. Score of 31-27. Liberty Creek, though, scored a quick 5 points coming out of the break. Panthers battled back a little bit, but it just seemed to be too much of a spark for Liberty Creek, and we didn't have any answers for anything that Liberty Creek was doing in the second half. They were too quick, they were too alert, they were too disciplined, and other than that little spurt by Moot there in the first third of the third quarter, we didn't have nothing after that offensively to get anything going, and it seemed like the pressure on our guards was just too much to handle.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Paul ended up with 15 and Mood 18. You know, that ought to have you in a game. You can't expect them to score 30 points each a game to win a game. So we just got to get some more offense from some more people. But I just didn't like the whole game. They beat us back on fast breaks. They didn't always shoot on fast breaks, but they made us run the whole court back. And there was a lot of times they probably could have went in for a layup, but they decided to go ahead and set up their offense. So, you know, we got 2 young girls leading our back court. So we're just going to have to see. I don't know when we play Liberty Creek again. I don't have the schedule in front of me. But that game's going to mean a lot on how improved we've gotten between now and then. Early in the season like now, and I mean it's not early in the season, but it's early in the season that matters, your district season. How they react to a loss like this on the road is going to mean a lot. So, and the only way to know for sure is next time you play them, can we bring up some of that difference or not? But Liberty Creek's a really good team. They're a really well-coached team, and they've got some girls that can play the game of basketball.
And that was kind of part of it. We talk about the youth on our team. Was we mentioned 5 seniors starting for Coach Douglas of Liberty Creek, and 4 of those have been playing since at least sophomores, and some of them even as freshmen.
Right,
that they were playing.
That was their team. That when they got started at school here, that group was their nucleus to build on. So, anyway, scoring for Portland: Story Russell with 3, McKelvey with 1, Paul with 15, Moot with 18, Bradley with 9. We were 4 from 10, and the free throws, that's the best I come up with. I'm not saying I'm the statistician of final number, but I came up 4 for 10. Other stats, rebounds, Mays had 1, McKelvey had 1, Paul had 4, Moot had 4, Bradley had 9. Steals, Russell, Mays, McKelvey, Moot had 1, Paul 2, Bradley 4. Blocks, Moot had 3. Assists, Story Russell had 2. Mays had 1, McKelvey 3, Paul 2, and Moot 2. And we had 16 turnovers. We had 5 in the first half, 16 total. So just not real good showing in the second half at all.
The turnovers were bad in that second half, and it was just the way that the turnovers were doing. So many times we got in trouble in the backcourt, and we just threw it up ahead. And there'd be maybe 1 purple jersey and 3 Liberty Creek players there. But we just throw it up ahead in the air and hope that we come down with it. And I think using the math that you once used, if you're 1 against 3 like that, it's like a 25-75 ball, right?
Yeah.
Remember you saying that. So it's just a lot of mental mistakes. It's just unlike this team, especially as well as they were playing in the first half. We were keeping pace with them, actually had the lead for many parts of that first half, staying with them, matching them point for point, 3 for 3. And I don't know. We just went into halftime and come out, and it seemed like a completely different team. I don't know if we got tired. I don't know if that was the issue, but in Liberty Creek, so much more physical too.
Yeah, they're the real deal. We just got to get better. We can't give up on the season. We just got to work on what we got to work on and see where we end up.
And of course, Liberty Creek. Most were saying that Liberty Creek and Station Camp would battle for that number 1 with Springfield right behind them. So not going to get any easier for the Lady Panthers as we go on. Of course, we'll look ahead to January the 30th. As we'll play this team at home. So you kind of got a couple of weeks there to kind of think about it.
Yeah, to see where it comes out. And we didn't expect to come in first in the regular season. That was never, in my mind, obtainable. What I want to see us do is get better through the regular season and maybe put it together tournament time. Because, I mean, we got some kids that are as good as anybody in this league. Period. But we've got an extremely young backcourt with the freshman and the sophomore leading the way, and it takes time to grow up. I don't care through the history of Portland High School, boys or girls. We've had some good athletes play those positions, but it's really tough to be really good at that position as a freshman. It just absolutely, and sophomore. Most time it's your senior seasons is when you start maturing and get and some of it's physicality. I remember it's like my son when he was a freshman, he'd go hard to the go with the kid that was a senior, and the kid that was senior would about knock him to the wall. well, then you could see it flipped.
Right,
every year it got different. Then when he was a senior, he was knocking people through the wall. And that's kind of exaggerating, but you know what I'm talking about, the physicality part of it. It's like on the boys Calvert. When he was a sophomore, when he went hard to go, he ended up on the ground most of the time or a block shot. Now he's the aggressor because he's a stronger kid. He's more mature. He's stronger. So we've got to grow up. We've got the rest of the season to do it. I think we've got the talent in the front court to get it done. They're just going to have to grow and not get discouraged.
Liberty Creek improves their record to 15-4, 1-0 in the district. Lady Panthers' record evened up at 10-10. They are now 0-1 in the district. Friday night, Hall of Fame night, as Portland will host Springfield. Come join us as we honor this year's Hall of Fame inductees. Next, short break as we get set for the boys' game. This is Panther basketball.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Time to get ready for the boys' game tonight as Liberty Creek Wolves get set to host your Portland Panthers. First district game for both teams. Panther boys on a huge win streak. They've won 6 in a row, 10 of their last 11, defeating White House Heritage, Joe Burns, and Donaldson Christian Academy last week. 2 of those were ranked teams in the mid-state. Keelan Dalton, Tristan Calvert have been hot in the last 5 games. Dalton with 16 points, almost 8 rebounds, and Calvert averaging over 13 points per game during that time. Coming in tonight, none of that matters, John, as they're going to come up against, and we said it during the girls' game, it's district time now, so you pretty much wipe the slate clean. Everybody starts out at 0-0, and they'll have to do it tonight up against Liberty Creek, who's not had a good start to the new year. They have an overall record of 10-8. They've lost 4 in a row and only got 2 wins in the last 7, going up against the likes of Wilson Central and Centennial during the holiday tournaments. So they've been going up against those 4A schools and battling up against them. Coach Seth Massey hoping his team has toughened up in time for district play. And we'll certainly know pretty quickly where we stand on this game. But, John, we've always said against Liberty Creek, they were in a lower classification, but it just seemed like, yeah, they was in that lower classification the first year because that was their first year. Not everybody had to transfer to Liberty Creek, so they kind of had to build up their program. Now here we are in season 4, and that's when things are starting to turn around. Yeah, they're only 10-8, but they played some tough teams. They do like Coach Ferguson usually does. They just played some hard teams there around the Christmas time area and didn't come away with any wins, really. But they're looking to get things started tonight up against Portland.
Yeah, and I know their coach is a good coach for sure. I know our coach is a good coach for sure. I hate to shout out Coach Ferg too much. I don't want to give him a big head.
Well, Seth
but
Massey,
he's grown so much in the 4 years he's been head coach here. He's really become a legitimately really, really good basketball coach. Not that he wasn't 4 years ago, but you got to learn how to coach sometimes, right? You got to You got to learn your temperament. You got to learn what you can and can't do with the kids and that kind of stuff. He probably had a million ideas in his mind, but you just don't ever know till you get out there. But I've been watching Coach Ferg the last 2 seasons, and man, he can get after it. He's a good coach. I'd let my kid play for him.
Assistant coach for several seasons, and then kind of abruptly got pulled into that head coaching position halfway through the season about 4 years ago, and has took the reins. And this team battles for the district tournament title every season, and usually, last year was an anomaly, but usually runs for that region championship game. And so he's done it good. But Coach Seth Massey for Liberty Creek, longtime coach for Station Camp boys team when they done so well. And when Liberty Creek opened up, he took that position, as so many coaches did.
Right.
And had the opportunity to go to Liberty Creek. So, yeah, 2 good coaches that know each other very well. And we'll kind of see how that works out.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Looking at the starting lineups for both teams. I'll get to it eventually here. Well, let's look at the Panthers first. We'll start with their starting lineup. We'll start 4 seniors and a junior, as will be the normal starting lineup for Coach John Ferguson in his 4th season. You'll have junior Evan Ferguson, senior Tristan Calvert, senior Nate Honeycutt, senior Quentin Totten, and senior Keelan Dalton. And if you look at some of the stats for this team, you've got Keelan Dalton leading the team in scoring and rebounding at 14.5 a game, 8.5 rebounds a game. Tristan Calvert, almost 13 points per game for him. Honeycutt leads from the free throw line, 69%. And just overall, the team is shooting 32% from behind the arc, which you think that's not really that good, but it is pretty good. If you look at some of the other teams in the area, 32% from 3 is good for high school boys basketball.
Yeah, it's good for college basketball.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So
it's a percentage thing. You're getting 1 extra point for the make. So if you start averaging it out, it's worth a lower percentage from when you're in closer.
Right.
But if you look at the kids in closer nowadays, they don't work on those shots anymore.
Right, I agree. All right, as they're announcing the starting lineups for Liberty Creek, we're going to take one short break. We'll be right back. It'll be tip-off time as you're listening to Panther Basketball.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holiday.
I'm Nate Honeycutt. I'm Quentin Titan. I'm Keelan Dalton.
And we're getting ready for tip-off here, as it'll be Keelan Dalton going up against Jackson Charpentier. Charpentier wins the tip. Actually, no one won the tip as no one touched it, but it ended up in the hands of Liberty Creek. Liberty Creek will be going left to right wearing their home whites. Blue numbering and lettering, red trim, and they'll miss the first shot. Panthers wearing their black jerseys, black numbering. Purple numbering with the white trim around it. I know that's your favorite color combination, Coach Thayer. As Honeycutt gives it to Totten. Totten makes his first drive down the lane. Tries to make a right-handed layup from the left-hand side. Doesn't go in. Liberty Creek with the rebound.
It was a nice look, though.
Into the lane for the Wolves. Davenport with the basketball. He shoots one from the baseline. Off the mark. Picked up by Calvert. He's quickly into the front court. Panthers looking to push the basketball. Catches a Traylon Honeycutt for a 3. And no good.
Yeah, Nate's got to get a little closer to the line here.
Starting lineup for Liberty Creek. Riley Clifton, senior. Junior Taylon Davenport. Senior Jackson Charpentier. Sophomore Drew Massey. And senior Cole Hillis. As baseline goes Massey, and he makes his basket. This may be the first time that Coach Massey has had his full lineup. As Drew Massey, I think this is his first game back. He was injured with a left shoulder injury, I believe it was, and I don't know that he's played until tonight's game.
He's got a pretty heavy tape job on his hand, too. heavy for a basketball player.
Dalton into the lane, surrounded by 3 Liberty Creek players, gets it taken from behind, so Liberty Creek up 2-0.
Yeah, Key's a little out of character there, dribbling into 3 guys like that. Normally he waits and gets a good feed and goes up strong.
Yeah, I'm with you. We'll go with a wrist injury and not a shoulder injury.
Well, I don't know. I thought maybe he had both.
No, you're right. He had another starter that just came back about 2 weeks ago. Charpentier gives it up for the 3. No good. Honeycutt with the rebound. Liberty Creek up 2-0. 2.5 gone here in the first. Calvert gets double teamed. Throws it over to Totten. Totten in the lane. Gives it off to Dalton for the baseline. Up and under. No good.
It was a good move. He was just a little bit too far on the baseline there.
Massey with the rebound. Brings it to the front court. Gives it over to Davenport. Davenport guarded by Totten. He's looking for a screen. Gets one from Massey. Takes it. Throws it back over to Massey. Massey goes towards the baseline. Throws it back out on top. 3 on the way. And it's good. Taylon Davenport with a 3. Liberty Creek up 5-0. Calvert. Liberty Creek tried to get to the pass, didn't do it, so Totten goes down the lane with the opening. He gets fouled on the shot. Calvert will inbound, lob it up to Dalton, back towards the timeline. Gives it right back to Calvert. Calvert calls out the play. Totten pops out, can't get the pass to him. Here comes Honeycutt, he'll take it. Tries to lob it into Dalton down low. Dalton spin move, fakes over to Calvert for a 3. In there. Tristan Calvert breaks the ice for the Panthers. It's now 5-3. 4:04 to go.
Good ball movement. Keelan didn't have the numbers, kicked it back out to a wide open Calvert.
Davenport, shot on the way, no good. Calvert takes it into the front court, over to Honeycutt. Back to Dalton. Honeycutt's kind of turned it on. He's been averaging 11 points the last 5 games. Turnover for the Panthers on the pass. We'll give it to Liberty Creek. Substitution. That's Keller Hack.
There was a good
come
thought.
in for Cole Hillis.
Just a little too hot. Too hot and too far over. I think as long as we're going downhill hard, you can't get too picky about being aggravated at a play.
Davenport comes out, takes the pass from Clifton, goes to baseline.
Charge.
No look pass. Offensive foul on Liberty Creek. Will give the ball to the Panthers. First substitution for Coach Ferguson will be Evan Brown, as Totten will take a breather.
That was one of the first things that endeared me to Honeycutt, was him taking charges. That's one of the signs of a very unselfish basketball player. Because it hurts, dude.
Liberty Creek with a 2-point lead, but your Panthers have the basketball with 3:12 to go here in the first. Calvert, left-handed pass over to Ferguson. Quick 3 on the way, off the mark. Rebound, Liberty Creek. Massey to Lowe. Shot from the elbow by Drew Massey is good. 7-3 is the score as Brown, point guard on this possession. 2-3 defense for Liberty Creek. Brown bounce pass to Honeycutt, about 15 feet from the basket. He gives it back out to Calvert. Calvert into the lane, layup on the left-hand side is good.
Great job, great patience on our side there.
7-5 Liberty Creek. Tristan Calvert with all 5 points for the Panthers. 2:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Massey gives it up to Lowe. Over the far side, Clifton dribbles it out in front. Waits for Charpentier to get to him. Now Hack with the basketball, gives it over to Clifton. Clear out, but then he gives it up to Lowe. Lowe fakes, goes down to the lane. No look pass to Massey, gives it out front for a three. Off the mark, and the Panthers can tie or take the lead with this possession. Over to Ferguson, he's going for the lead. He made it. Evan Ferguson with a three. 8-7, your Panthers lead with 1:26, their first lead of the night. It's Clifton to Lowe. Lowe gives it to Charpentier at the top of the key. He hands it off to Clifton. Clifton tries a spin move at the elbow, turns back around, takes a fadeaway jumper. It's off the mark, picked up by Honeycutt. Honeycutt pushing it forward. Hands it off to Ferguson. Ferguson doesn't take the three, tries to dribble into the lane. Couldn't make up his mind, gets called for traveling. I think he thought about taking that three from the handoff. Liberty Creek back on offense. Massey guarded by Brown. Massey spin move in the lane, turnaround shot is no good. And on the rebound, Charpentier stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, that was, thank goodness, Keelan, his voice has gotten deeper and louder because they wasn't going to call it at first, and then he was screaming it. And actually, a person that couldn't see it as good as this person called it.
37 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A fast-paced game. And that was a quick first 8 minutes going on here. Panthers up by one with the basketball. Dalton in the lane. Turned around. Whistle blown. Foul.
That's right there a show of Keelan's strength that he's gotten over the last couple of years, because the first ball, he probably got fouled right off the bat, but they didn't call it. It got deflected, but he was strong enough to keep it under control and still put it up to get a foul.
So Dalton will go to the free throw line for two and makes the first one. Elijah Sidnor will come in for Ferguson for the final 25 seconds here in the first quarter as Dalton gets set for his second free throw. No Panthers in the free throw lane area. It's Dalton versus the bucket. And he makes it 2 for 2. Keelan Dalton, good for him. Panthers now have a 3-point lead. 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Lowe with the basketball. Met by Calvert, gives it up to Massey. Massey guarded by Brown. Goes opposite screen to the far side. Gives it up to Lowe. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Step back three by Lowe is no good. 1 second. Liberty Creek gets one off the buzzer. Doesn't go in. Hits the back of the rim. My goodness. At the end of one, it's Portland 10, Liberty Creek 7. This is Panther basketball.
Smokey the Bear. Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com, and remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. Your Panthers with a 3-point lead. And we'll keep the ones who ended the first: Sidnor, Brown, Dalton, Honeycutt, and Calvert. Panthers will have the basketball to start this second quarter. Want to give a little shout out. The Portland wrestling team right down the road, grappling with Hendersonville. I think they have their first home match. Is their first home match coming up Thursday?
It was their second because they had one earlier.
Well,
in the year,
you're right.
they?
You're right.
Nice.
Brown gets it to Sidnor down low. He gives it up, though, to Calvert for a three from the corner. In and out. And Liberty Creek with the rebound. You're right. That opening match was at home.
But it could have been
I guess
maybe
I think this
exhibition.
Liberty Creek team, wasn't it?
I believe so, yes.
So, but Thursday, is that our home match? Next home match? Miguel Amadeus says yes, we'll go with him. Massey with the basketball, throws it out front to Davenport. Into the lane goes Clifton. Turn around, fade away again. That one doesn't go in. Offensive rebound.
Who's it foul?
And they'll call over the back on the Panthers. Now go against Keelan.
That was not a good call. I mean, they came down with the rebound. It would look like, I don't know, that was a bad call, but I'm sorry.
Baseline's out of bounds play. Lob into the paint. Tipped up in the air. No good. Calvert to Brown.
That call still irritated me.
We'll check the replay on that one. Honeycutt. Calling for the clear out. Gives it up to Brown, though. Brown will back it up. We're running the eyelash play, it looks like. Calvert takes a screen from Dalton. Dalton tries to roll. Calvert tries to get to him. Pass is tipped. Liberty Creek with the turnover taken by Evan Brown. Misses the layup. Goes back over to Liberty Creek. Could have been goaltending. Clifton down the lane.
He just double dribbled.
And he double dribbled.
And he walked, but we're not going to get too picky on this.
There were several violations there. We can only pick one.
As long as they only call one. As long as they call one, I'm good.
Panthers up by 3. Same score as when we started the second quarter. 6:15 gone here, remaining here in the first half. Honeycutt at the top of the key to Calvert. Honeycutt screens for Calvert, but Calvert backs up, doesn't have anything. Rolling to the basket is Dalton, nothing there. Calvert takes one from the elbow, no good. Sidnor with the rebound, turnaround, put back in there. Elijah Sidnor.
That was a good job. Earlier he got a rebound and probably should have took it up and kicked it back out. That time he went on up with the ball.
Clifton into the lane again and takes a jumper. That one goes in. 12-9. Panthers lead. Liberty Creek's falling back into a man-to-man defense. Sidnor, pass is stolen. Liberty Creek the other direction, layup. Turnover, score by Hillis. A 1-point game now for the Panthers. Those you can't have.
Absolutely, it's just careless, lazy pass.
Lob down low to Dalton, turns around. Ball gets hung up, tied up. Knocked out of bounds, Liberty Creek, and Portland will keep possession. Brown will take a seat. In comes Totten. Good minutes for Evan Brown.
Evan Brown can do that for you.
Calvert catches Honeycutt rolling down the lane. Whistle on the shot. And that'll send number 4 to the free throw line. Honeycutt leading the team 69% from the stripe. Where he calmly makes the first one.
I like his gold shoes better than his pink shoes. Those are pretty slick.
Honeycutt goes 2 for 2.
Not that I have a problem with his pink shoes, but I liked his gold ones.
To get his first points of the night, Panthers up by 3, 14-11. We've got under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Baseline, turnaround shot is up, no good. Dalton skies for that rebound. Calvert way on the far side. Goes off his foot out of bounds, and they had to confer. I had to make sure whose foot it went off of. Sidnor will come out. Evan Ferguson comes back into the game. Liberty Creek with the basketball.
Person to my right said the other team kicked it. I trust that person.
Home field advantage on that one, maybe. Dribble handoff to Massey. Little three-man weave on top, and they catch Massey down low. Panthers were ready for it, though. Gives it up to Lowe. Lowe's cut off at the baseline. Massey gives it up to Hillis. Over to Clifton. Clifton trying to get around Calvert. Gets stopped short. Massey for three. No good. And Calvert will get the rebound, keep the rebound, and he'll press the play. Dish off to Ferguson.
What was that?
Goes down the lane. A running jumper too hard off the glass. And Liberty Creek will push the pace on their end. Lob over to Massey. Massey into the lane. Shot is up. No good. Ball on the floor. Rolled out. Last touched by the Panthers. So it will stay with Liberty Creek. Hillis says they're going to run the 4-4 play out of the baseline out of bounds. And they got 4 on the baseline. Out comes Massey. Gets it at the free throw line. Spins in the lane. Gives it up to Hillis. Hillis guarded by Ferguson. 3:41 to go in the first half. Panthers with a 3-point lead. Low to Massey. Far side Hillis. He'll quickly take a three. Off the mark. Picked up by Calvert. And the Panthers will slow it down on this possession. Calvert flips it over to Totten. Honeycutt comes out, gives it to Dalton at the free throw line area, and Dalton gets fouled from behind.
Honeycutt did a good job on that pass because what he did is he faked it out to the wing, and they kind of jumped on it and got Keelan open more one-on-one than it was two-on-one to begin with. So that was really heads-up play.
Calvert throw it in to Dalton, and then gets the pass back in the lane. Turnaround fadeaway jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by number 2-3, missed. And Honeycutt comes down the lane, but they're going to say he touched it while it was in the cylinder. Dead ball foul. It'll go over to Liberty Creek. Clifton comes back into the game for Hillis. Panthers still holding on to this 3-point lead, 14-11. Not a lot of scoring. 8 total points between both teams here in the second quarter, under 3 minutes to go. Stolen by Dalton. He has no one ahead of him.
That should
and
have
he
been
goes
a foul.
up,
He
misses the
undercut him.
layup. He had a defender behind him, and he was trying to shield his body to make the layup, and he missed it.
He got undercut. It should have been a foul.
And then Liberty Creek got the basketball, and they're calling a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here, John. 16-11 is your score now. And Panthers looking pretty good.
We looked shaky at first.
I said that in the first game, didn't I?
Yeah. We looked shaky at first. The first 3 or 4 possessions down, we just didn't look ourselves, other than the couple of times we went hard down into the bucket. But we've picked it up. We're pushing, we're slowing, we're pushing, we're slowing. The ref needs to do a better job of when a guy gets cut like he just did, to make sure, even though it doesn't look like a foul, when you shoot in front of them and hit them, that is a foul. And I think they blew that call on Keelan big time. And while I'm talking about Keelan, shout out to Ganny listening to the game. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Liberty Creek with the basketball. It'll be Massey. Two-handed pass out front to Lowe. Lowe goes one way, dribbles the other, gives it up to Hack. Hack gives it to Clifton. Clifton gets cut off by Dalton as Dalton stepped out and then backs up. Shot by Massey in the lane, goes in on the third bounce.
He's definitely going to be their scorer. That's who they're going to.
16-13, your Panthers lead. First district game of the season for both teams. As Liberty Creek back in a zone defense. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Panthers. Davenport comes in for Lowe for Coach Massey. Calvert will take the baseline out of bounds play all the way into the backcourt. And he's asking Ferguson to come out. Gives it to Ferguson, back to Calvert. Over to Totten. Totten fakes the three, into the lane, hands it off to Honeycutt, turn around for the layup.
It's good
nice
ball movement.
Inside passing for the Panthers.
You're 100% correct. That was easy. Anytime you get to a point-blank shot, pat everybody on the back.
18-13, Panthers lead. That's 4 points on the night for Honeycutt. Massey gives it to Charpentier. Clifton lobs down low to Massey. Turn around on the low block. Misses, but the whistle will send Massey to the free throw line. Sophomore will get two attempts. Massey gets the first one off, and it's good. Second one is up. That one misses. Tipped right into the hands of Honeycutt. Calvert into the front court. Panthers with a 4-point lead. Honeycutt directing traffic. Calvert to move to the free throw line area.
I don't mind this at all. And
Honeycutt staying at the volleyball until someone comes after him. Then he gives it to Calvert, pops it over to Totten, who makes a three. I like what you're saying there, John.
It was a good job, good ball movement. Just stay back.
He just stayed until someone come to defend him, and then when they did, he gave it up to Calvert at the free throw line. Calvert quickly popped it out to Totten for that open three. As Clifton comes down and hits one from 12 feet. 21-16, your Panthers lead. Under 30 seconds to go. Panthers look like they're playing for the last shot. That's Honeycutt taking directions from Calvert. Honeycutt finally goes down. Up comes Totten.
Give yourself enough time for an offensive rebound.
Yeah, 6 seconds remaining. Honeycutt gets it, goes baseline. Offensive foul on the senior. So with 3.4 seconds remaining, Liberty Creek will have one last shot to draw closer. And Sidnor will come in for Honeycutt.
Honeycutt on the court.
Also, Will Caldwell will come in for Dalton. Excuse me, he came in for Ferguson. Inbounds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Massey gets one off at the buzzer, no good. At the half, it's Portland 21, Liberty Creek 16. You're listening to Portland High School basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Driving down the road or on a curvy lane, when you had too much to drink and can't spell your own name, you should have made a plan to get yourself home safe, but you chose to drive home instead and you should be ashamed. Oh no, 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 why'd you go thinking you should drive? Could have called a friend or cab to get you home tonight.
Keep the holidays happy, Tennessee. Booze it and lose it. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Touchdown! Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3. Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
At the half, Portland leads Liberty Creek by a score of 21-16. Liberty Creek started out quick with a 5-0 lead. Tristan Calvert broke the ice for the Panthers with a tray of his own. At about the 4-minute mark, Panthers finally took the lead, 8-7. At the end of one quarter, they were up 10-7. Didn't think anybody was ever going to score in the second quarter. Finally, things started loosening up. Panthers ended up keeping the lead and extended it somewhat, up by 5 here at halftime. Low scoring first half. Defense is playing good on both sides, but the rest mostly kind of letting them play a little bit.
Yeah, they are. At least they are when we're shooting the ball. I
bait you too much, don't I?
You do bait me too much. I think there's a few fouls that should have been called down on our end. Obviously, Massey's going to get all the calls he can get since his dad's coaching. But I think that's going to be key in my mind, and even though you haven't asked me for my key in the second half, is guard Massey. We just got to make sure he doesn't get hot, because from what it looks like in the first half, he's their go-to guy.
Right.
He's the guy that they set everything up for. He can take any shot that he wants to.
Right.
And he's a good-looking athlete. He's a good-looking basketball player. He's just a sophomore. But, you know, we've done good. He's only scored 7 points in the first half, but I think that's going to be the key. And it would be interesting. They don't really have a real big presence in the post, it doesn't look like to me. So it may be one of the deals we even rotate Keelan out on him and see what he can do to him. I'm just wondering. I'm not telling Coach Ferg what to do, but it would be an interesting matchup, especially since they don't have a threat down low.
Right, and Dalton only had – well, that's a very good point because their low post guy hasn't really shown much here.
And that would be the only reason I would release him. Massey's as close to a low guy as they got. He's getting all over the place.
He's playing down in the paint as much as he is out front.
And I'm not taking anything away
Dalton
from the
with
way
only
we've
one foul.
Right, we've guarded him so far. We've done a good job with Honeycutt on him, but I just think that the more different looks you give a guy, he can't get set in to his pattern offensively. Because every guy that covers you defensive, they do things different. They knee you in a different spot. They hit you here and there. It's all different. So that way it might keep him out of getting in any rhythm. So we'll see how it goes. But it's been a really good game. Scoring in the first half, Tristan Calvert with 5, Evan Ferguson with 3, Nate Honeycutt with 2, Quentin Totten with 7, Keelan Dalton with 2, Sentnor with 2. We've got 4 for 4 from the free throw line, which is huge. Rebounds, Calvert with 4, Honeycutt with 4, Totten with 2, Dalton with 2, Sentnor with 2. Steals, Brown with a beautiful steal earlier in the game. I wish he could have finished it off. I thought he got fouled on that layup there. Dalton had a steal. We had no block shots yet. Calvert 2 assists, Totten 1, Dalton 1. We've had 6 total turnovers, which 3 a quarter you can't get too aggravated with. Scoring for them, Clifton's 4, Davenport 3, Massey 7, and Hillis 2. They're 1 from 2 from the free throw line. So like I said, I think right out of the gate we just didn't look ourselves. We didn't look like we really knew what we wanted to do with the ball. And then finally we decided, and hats off to Totten, because early he was the one player that was putting on the floor and going to the hole to see how they're going to respond to it. So I think he kind of got us out of our funk really early, not by making the buckets, by showing us what we need to do. But it's been a good game. We played good defense. It's going to be interesting to see how it all works out here.
So as the guys come back out on the court to warm up for the second half, we talked a little bit during the girls about the new district, since it's been the first district game of the season. Boys is a little different, I think. You could almost say on the boys' side that it's kind of a pick-em.
Well, I was told we were picked to be 5th.
Yeah,
and I blew me away.
Not that pick-em. We'll ignore that person's thoughts.
I'm not going to ignore that ever.
But if you look at Station Camp, they lost their top 2 scorers and their 2 main players.
They had one kid coming back that was really good.
I think he's just a junior too.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was just a sophomore, but he was a game-changing player.
Springfield new to our district, and of course we know they'll be athletic, but we really don't know anything about them.
We don't have a clue. I don't know what they'll do.
White House has Taylor coming back as
Taylor's
a senior.
Good, but they lost that really, really good point guard. Mm-hmm. That kid was a game changer kind of point guard.
Greenbrier a little different. They're on their 3rd coach in 3 seasons. So
but it doesn't matter. When they're bad, they still beat us. It's like the weirdest thing ever. Yeah.
And of course, we're watching Liberty Creek tonight. So it's really, I just think it's wide open district for the regular season this year.
I agree. And I don't know how we got preseason 5, but it may have been what they needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that disrespect.
A little reverse psychology.
Yeah, maybe that disrespect is what the kids needed to even work even harder, right?
Could be. Panthers will play defense to start the second half. It'll be Ferguson, Calvert, Dalton, Totten, and Honeycutt. Liberty Creek will have their starting 5 on the court also, with Clifton, Davenport, Sharpenter, Massey, and Hollis. Quickly, Massey in the lane, turnaround jumper's good. Wasting no time. 3-point lead for your Panthers, as they now will be traveling left to right. Totten comes up with the basketball. Gives it to Honeycutt at the elbow. He's looking for Calvert cutting to the lane. It wasn't there. Gives it to Totten. Totten goes baseline, takes a shot, and they'll say before the shot that he was fouled on the floor. You know, if they hadn't called that one, John, they may have ended up calling an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid with. It was after the fact.
So Panthers are inbounds underneath their basket, out on top to Dalton. And he waits for Calvert to come back and get the basketball. And Calvert gets bum rushed on that screen. Dribbles his way through 3 defenders over to Dalton. And Dalton two-hand slam from the baseline. Calvert knew what he was going to do way before he ever made that pass.
Yeah, the minute they jumped him, he was not going to give up the dribble.
Dalton gave the screen. His man left for Calvert, and Calvert worked his way through the defense to get a wide-open Dalton, who knew to roll to the basket and get that ball.
Yeah, it was a great play on
so
both
back
sides.
to a 5-point lead. Clifton, Massey baseline. Gets up, had nowhere to throw it, goes right into the arms of Ferguson. So Calvert up to Honeycutt, gives it to Dalton, trailing in the lane. Dalton goes baseline, tries to throw it cross corner, gets knocked out by the Wolves.
Yeah, that part of the court is really tough because you're limited to how much places you got to throw the ball or go, for that matter.
Inbounds Panthers to Dalton. Waits for Calvert to come pick it up. Calvert at the top of the key. Again, double team. Totten over to Dalton. Ferguson, 3. No good. Massey with the rebound. Gets knocked out of bounds from behind. And they'll say Massey touched it last.
Yeah, he
Referees
did. I
conferred.
don't know what he's complaining about because he had a hand or two on it. And then he actually knocked it out of bounds. There's no doubt.
So the Panthers get an extra possession on this go-around. Throws to the backcourt to Calvert. John Thayer's favorite inbounds move. A little discombobulation for the Panthers on the offense end. Finally, they get some movement going.
Yeah, I think it's because they changed up their defense a little bit, and we're trying to kind of see what they're trying to do.
Totten back over to Honeycutt. He gives it back to Totten.
So now they're playing man-to-man, right?
Yeah, a loose man-to-man because they'll keep it back until you get the basketball, then they'll come up on you. And a turnover by the Panthers. They'll give it to Liberty Creek.
Yeah, it's all right. We can't be the Harlem Globetrotters. We got to have a purpose when we're putting the ball on the floor.
Clifton will start the offense on the left-hand side. Gives it up to Massey. Massey now being guarded by Honeycutt. Massey into the lane.
That's a charge.
Takes a shot off the glass. No good. Bounce into the hands of Calvert.
It's a good rebound.
And Calvert will press it forward. Gives it up to Dalton right beside him. Dalton will throw it out to Totten for an uncontested 3. He made it.
Good job by Key kicking it out. Tristan with a big rebound down here low.
Timeout is called by Liberty Creek. Panthers have went on a run. They now lead Liberty Creek 26-18 with 4:58 to go here in the third. You're listening to the Portland Sports Network.
Smokey the Bear. Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
John, if I've learned anything, is only I can prevent forest fires.
You know, it says wildfires. Fires now.
Wildfires.
Wildfires.
I can't hear on this side of the headset. I'm kind of guessing.
Well, the way I knew is when I was in Gatlinburg a couple years ago, we were at the Cage Cove in the little store. They had. I've always been a big Smokey the Bear fan. I really believe in like give a hoot, don't pollute, and that. And a little magnet that I got actually had that, and I go, whoa, when did they change that?
Yeah, that's what I was having to do. I was having to go back to my childhood, and that's all I can remember. Panthers up by 8 all of a sudden with 4:58 to go here in the third. Liberty Creek with the basketball. Massey once again. Bounce pass on the baseline. A left-handed slam by Davenport as Davenport was left all alone. Good set play by Seth Massey coming out of the timeout.
Yep, it was good coaching. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and they executed it perfectly. Got the crowd back in the game.
Exactly. Dalton back to Calvert. Over to Totten, gives it to Dalton coming down the lane. Dalton gets a shot off, gets bumped from behind. And Liberty Creek with possession. Ferguson steals it, but gets out of bounds. He had the pass anticipated. Liberty Creek will keep possession. Honeycutt does get that one and able to save it over to Totten.
Woof, woof, woof.
Totten gives it back to Honeycutt. He'll take a three. Bottom.
That was great team play right there. Honeycutt knew his guys knew him, so they knew come to the ball. He's going to tip it back. They did. Good feed. It was all good. He just walked.
Clifton with the basketball for Liberty Creek. Panthers up by 9. Hands it off to Clifton. He'll take his three, and he makes that one.
It's Liberty.
29-23, Portland leads. Liberty Creek goes back to the man-to-man. Totten, baseline.
And one.
Shot, foul, and he'll go to the line after the made basket.
That was a nice drive. I loved it. They've grown up so much going to the hole.
2 substitutions for Liberty Creek. In comes in and Keller Hack and Malachi Lowe.
I mean, just think about it. You got your and one, but if you didn't, you put fouls on them. You get the free throw line. If you got a team that hits 60, 65%, you're going to score.
Misses the free throw, but they keep the 8-point lead.
Taya's got to work with that with him.
3:30 to go here in the third. Massey quickly takes a jumper off the mark, and the Panthers looking to go up double digits right here on this possession. Honeycutt goes straight towards his spot in the corner. Liberty Creek catches up to him. Pass down low to
Keelan's
Dalton.
Killed.
And Dalton
Keelan,
trying to go baseline. And they're going to call a hold against Liberty Creek. I know where you're going, Mr.
I just
Thayer.
thought they were going to call him for a charge because, he was trying too hard to get that position.
Yeah.
Rotate it around. We'll feed you with it in a minute.
Dalton takes the inbounds pass, throws it out to Honeycutt on top, and Calvert will start over again at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Panthers with an 8-point lead. Looking for their opening district win. Honeycutt takes the pass, looks at the three, doesn't take it, gives it to Dalton at the elbow, turns around down the lane, and whistle on a foul. He's too strong.
He's way strong. And that's what blows me away when he goes to the hole and he looks like he's having a stroke. You're hitting him. That's why he looks like that. It's not like he's doing it on purpose.
2 free throws for Dalton, and he calmly makes that first one.
That's where sometimes refs just don't make sense. You see the kid just look like he's swimming in water, and they don't figure it out.
Right. Dalton goes 2 for 2 from the line, and it is a 10-point lead for the Panthers, 33-23. Massey. Far side to Davenport. Davenport with that one-handed slam from the baseline just a few minutes ago. Thought that would change momentum, but the Panthers were able to ignore it. Low with the basketball, guarded by Ferguson. Now Davenport again takes a screen, loses Totten on the screen, gives it up to Massey for the three, short. Rebound goes to the Panthers, but taken away by Liberty Creek, but they'll call a held ball. It's like watching the girls game on that one, the way they came back down on the forecheck.
Yeah, Nate normally don't get a out hustle there, but he just got a little slack. But he'll make up for it twofold in the next few minutes, I guarantee you.
2:10 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers with the basketball in a double-digit lead. Calvert behind the back, through the legs, to the left. Dribble handoff to Totten. Back to Calvert. Calvert backs it up. Gets a little steam. Backs it up again. One-handed pass over to Honeycutt to the near side. Honeycutt goes baseline back to Calvert. Calvert looked at the three, decides to go to Dalton down low. Dalton says, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to take you on, and I'm going to make this layup from the far side.
It's a good job by the whole team moving the ball, looking for the open person.
And patience on Dalton on his move in the paint. 35-23 is your score.
Whoa, where was
shot,
the foul
and they're
at?
going to call a foul on the shot against the Panthers as Davenport hits from the mid-range, and they'll give it to Totten.
That was a phantom call. Call by Angles.
Massey will take a seat. As Lowe comes back into the game. The and one free throw is good for Davenport. So now it's 35-26, back to single digits. A minute 12 remaining here in the third quarter. Calvert gets it touched from behind. He'll have to chase it down in the backcourt. Works his way back up to the front court. Loses it again, goes out off the foot of Calvert. 55 to go here in the third quarter.
I got no problem with that. As hard as he goes, sometimes something bad thing's going to happen. It's just the way it is. And that's why Coach Ferg is a good coach, because he lets them get – he doesn't get mad at them, because if you get mad at them, they're not going to do it anymore. It's part of the game when you go downhill.
Davenport goes from the right-hand side of the paint to the left-hand side and misses a 12-footer. Offensive rebound put back by Clifton is good, though. Now they've cut it to 7, a 5-0 run, 24 to go. Evan Brown into the game for the Panthers, and he gets a timeout called by Ferguson. How'd you like that one?
It was a great timeout.
Ferguson saw that he was in trouble.
I don't know what Evan was thinking on that pass.
Yeah.
If anything, he needs to call timeout.
Saw that he's in trouble, took the timeout. I think that's the first timeout of the game for the
I don't know.
Panthers.
It was a great timeout because we need to take the last shot. A turnover there would not have been good at all.
12-point lead by the Panthers, and all of a sudden a 5-0 run by Liberty Creek pretty quickly. It's got it down to a 7-point lead, but the Panthers have possession. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And it was all without their best player in the game.
And that was the first substitution in the second half for Coach Ferguson when Brown just came in on that last possession. Almost went through the entire quarter.
And Evans.
And Massey's back into the game for Clifton.
And taking up for Evan a little bit too. When he got in trouble there, you got to get teammates to come to the ball.
Yeah, that was not occurring. Backcourt violation for the Panthers as the pass from the corner was a little bit too high. Panthers had to chase it down. So 13 seconds to go. Sloppy play for the Panthers here in the last 30 seconds.
Let's make a defensive stand here.
Massey, guarded by Honeycutt. Down to the lane. Floater, no good, but he gets fouled. So Drew Massey will go to the free throw line.
Caitlin learned that in football, I believe. When you're on the ground and you just accidentally fall on them, you just accidentally don't get up quick. I love it.
So Massey got fouled with 5.8 seconds to go. He gets 2 free throws.
Whoa.
Misses the first one. That's his first free throw miss of the night. Second one is short. Panthers get one more shot. Brown goes down to the lane, shoots
It's
one
in.
up. It goes in at the buzzer. Evan Brown gets the bucket at the end of 3. It's Portland 35, Portland 37, Liberty Creek 28. We'll be back for the final 8 minutes of Panther basketball.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
And we get set start for the final 8 minutes. Panthers with a 9-point lead, up 37-28. 16 points scored in that third quarter, led by Keelan Dalton, who had 6 in that stanza. Totten had 5. And starting the final 8, Coach Ferguson will have Evan Brown, Nate Honeycutt, Keelan Dalton, Tristan Calvert, and Quentin Totten. Clifton will take the inbounds for Liberty Creek, and it'll end up in Massey's hands, and he'll take an uncontested 3 from the top, and it doesn't go in. Calvert got caught in the wash on the screen. Massey backed up, took the 3. Won't get one any cleaner than that one. It's Totten with the pass. Over to Honeycutt, gives it to Dalton coming down the lane. Dalton going to get sharp interior. Turn around, fade away, good. Whistle, foul. Keelan Dalton once again will go to the free throw line. That's just all power.
It's all power.
And his defender's a big guy. It's not like he's
right.
me.
He's not really tall, but he's strong.
And Keelan makes the free throw. Back to a 12-point lead for the Panthers. 11 points for Dalton here in the game. Massey makes his way to the top of the key, hands it off to Davenport for the 3. That one goes in.
Davenport, it's a Liberty!
40-31, back to single digits for the Panthers. A minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Calvert to the near side of the court, gives it to Dalton at the top of the key, who hands it right back to Calvert, and then takes a screen from Dalton into the lane, stutter steps, turn around, fade away, good. What a basket by Tristan Calvert, the senior, his first bucket of the second half. He's got 7 on the night. It's now 42-31, Panthers lead. Clifton loses the basketball, picks it up before it hits the timeline. Looks for a screen, goes to the left, takes an open 3, straight away, no good. Brown with the rebound. Evan gets it across the timeline. Bounce pass over to Honeycutt, gives it to Dalton. Dalton says, I'm going down the lane again, but he gives it up to Totten.
That was a reach.
Totten loses the basketball. Liberty Creek picks it up. They got 3 on 3. Massey's going to fall it behind him to Davenport. Davenport doesn't take that 3, gives it back to Massey. Over to the near side to Clifton. Clifton goes baseline off the screen. Gets picked up by Honeycutt. Massey back out on top, and Liberty Creek will start it over again. Nope, Davenport will take that 3 off the back of the rim. Picked up by Brown. Brown will sling it up ahead to Calvert. Calvert switches into the lane, gets bumped. And that'll be a foul on Liberty Creek, and that'll go against Davenport. Substitution is Evan Ferguson will come in, and Quentin Totten will take a breather for him. Can't say anything about Totten's game. Turnover by the Panthers, pass a little too hot. He's not going to score 12, 15 points for you. He's not going to get 10 rebounds for you, but he's going to do all the other things.
Oh, his improvement is huge for how good we've been doing.
5:30 to go. Panthers with a 9-point lead, but Liberty Creek with the basketball and on a little run. In and out for Clifton. And the Panthers get the basketball, pushing it to the other end. Calvert quickly into the lane, tries to dish it off, gets the pass tip, but Calvert comes back from behind and steals it, and then gets it stolen from him as Massey comes the other direction, goes up and under, and makes the layup. That was a crazy turn of events.
It was, and there's 2 times in a row we try to kick it across court and have been tipped. We need to maybe redo that.
Evan Ferguson with the 3, off the mark, picked up by Liberty Creek. Almost a turnover, but Clifton's able to keep it, and they get across the timeline before the 10-second violation. Massey going up against Ferguson. Gets it over to Davenport for 3, off the mark, tipped up, saved by Brown.
Yeah, Keelan, he couldn't quite get the rebound, but he tipped it to a friendly space where we had Brown sitting.
Brown gets double teamed, throws it to Dalton. Liberty Creek defender right there, tips it out. Liberty Creek with the basketball. Massey over to Clifton. Clifton spin move, picks up his dribble out on front of Massey. He fakes the 3 into the lane, throws it over low. He'll take the 3, and he missed the 3. And it's picked up by Dalton. Dalton to the baseline, spin move to the middle lane, turn around. Nobody was on him. When he did the spin move, he lost 2 defenders. Timeout is called by Seth Massey. Panthers back up in double digits. They lead this game 44-33 with 3:56 to go. We'll be right back. Final moments of Panther basketball.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
3 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the ball game. 44 points for the Portland Panthers, 33 points for Liberty Creek. Liberty Creek does have the basketball. Clifton will take the inbounds and bring it into the front court, and he'll get met by Calvert. Throws it over to Davenport, tipped away by Brown. Davenport picks it up, takes a screen to the left-hand side. Now he's being guarded by Honeycutt. Back out to Massey. Now Evan Brown has the task of getting with Massey, but they switch it. Low to Clifton, back to Low. 3 straight away, no good. Massey comes in for the rebound and gets fouled on the putback by Honeycutt.
Honeycutt, foul on Massey.
I was saying Drew Massey to the free throw line for 2.
We're hoping he has the same results as he did the last time.
Not gonna do it as he makes the first one.
I think the last time he was still feeling the effects of Keelan. He's thinking, I didn't sign up for this physicality.
Totten enters the game. Brown takes a seat. Good minutes for Evan Brown. Massey misses a second one, but it's tipped out in front. So an offensive rebound, and Massey will take the 3, and it's good. Missed rebound leads to 3 points for Liberty Creek, and now they've cut it to a 7-point lead for the Panthers, 44-37. Ferguson's going to take his 3. He got it. What an answer. As it's now back up to a 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Low takes a screen to the right, tries to dish it off. Honeycutt says, I'll take that one. Honeycutt down to the lane, gives it off to Ferguson, who backed up for 3, over to Calvert for a 3. Got it! 2 possessions, 2 threes for the Panthers as Tristan Calvert drains one through. 50-37 is your score. 2:33 to go. Out on top, Davenport misses a 3. Offensive rebound. Massey with the putback. Coach Massey with a timeout. And we'll take a break. 2:25 to go. Panthers lead by 11. This is Portland High School basketball.
Dadgummit.
2:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. Panthers on top of Liberty Creek by a score of 50-39. The first district matchup for both teams.
Hey, you got to go downtown to Graphic Concessions. They got some cookie deal going on.
Cookie deal?
Cookie deal. Like
okay.
a lady in town makes them. And then,
oh, yeah.
And hopefully they got one saved for me. I'm going to go tomorrow and grab one. But got to go by there and try these cookies. I've heard they were phenomenal.
Panthers with the basketball and an 11-point lead. They were easily able to break the press and get it into the front court. So they'll back up and start their offense. Liberty Creek trying to double team any chance they get a trap on. And it worked that time as a tipped pass leads to a turnover. Liberty Creek with the basketball. They don't have numbers, but they're going to try the 3 anyway. Way off the mark. Offensive rebound, foul on the putback is Charpentier. Panthers poor transition defense.
Yeah, and we've kind of lost control of the boards too. We've been giving up some second chance offensive rebounds or defensive side of the ball.
Charpentier misses the free throw.
That was a good foul.
Portland High School student body section made a showing tonight here on a road game.
They're not very loud though.
I think it's the gym.
Do you?
I think it's the open.
Because right now, if you're a fan, it's a time to be up and like be really into the other team.
That's true.
Grill. We got 1:52. We're winning. Yeah. We should be up right now loud.
Foul on the floor against Liberty Creek. Panthers will inbounds, getting under the 2-minute mark. Turnover, bad pass. Liberty Creek with the basketball. Clifton turns around and makes the jumper.
It's bad pass, but it's flat-footed standing around, too. Come get the ball.
Minute 35, Panthers with a 9-point lead. Calvert and Totten playing back and forth. Totten gives it over to Dalton, baseline. Tries to get a bounce pass to Ferguson. He does it. Loses the basketball in the corner. He tried to throw it off the defender's leg and couldn't get a handle on the basketball. Slips through his fingers.
His game ain't over, guys.
9-point lead, 50-41. 1:24 remaining. Clifton. Turnover. Honeycutt with the basketball, and he'll get fouled. Great anticipation by the senior.
Yeah, Nate, that's one of his strong points for sure.
That is
Sorry, you announcing.
Timeout called by Coach Ferguson for the Panthers. Minute 16 to go. Panthers up by 9. 4 team fouls for Liberty Creek. So you got to think it's going to quickly come down to us getting on the free throw line because Liberty Creek's going to try to get back into this basketball game quickly.
Well,
and they're running out of time.
Yeah, that's what a good coach will do too is instead of just letting the clock go, he'll see if you can beat him on the line. We just got to get cleaner with our passes. We tend to do this every game. There's a little spot where we get lazy with our balls, and I think it's just because we're tired. But we put too much air under them, We don't come get them. We stay flat-footed while they come to us, and we just need to shorten the passes up when that starts happening. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I'm not dogging them. I'm a coach. You always got to work on what your hoes are. We could be up by 20 points easy right now because we played a plus 20 game against them. We played a really good game. Take away our lazy passes or standing flat-footed on those, and we got it. So
Calvert, Honeycutt, and Dalton all have played every minute of the second half.
And they're going to.
So Panthers with the basketball, and they'll line it up in front of Honeycutt for this inbounds. And we'll watch for the spread.
Yeah, and here's a no-brainer. Throw it. It doesn't matter how far down the court. You just got to be open.
There you go. Into the backcourt to Ferguson. Ferguson makes his way to the front court, hands off to Totten, who gets fouled. So that'll send Mr. 1-5 to the free throw line. Not for a 1-and-1.
For 2.
But for 2.
Why did they dummy down that rule?
Just to see what you say about it. And Totten gets that first one to go through. It didn't look right at the beginning.
No, it was ugly, but it went in.
But it made its way. That's all that matters. Totten misses a second one, but he does get it to a double-digit lead, 51-41, a minute 08 to go. Massey into the front court. Spin move right before the lane. Gives it up to Clifton. Screens for Clifton. Clifton takes one to the free throw line. He nails it. 8-point lead. Full court pressure. Pass up ahead to Totten. Good job by the Panthers of getting out of that press.
There's that pass right there,
Except for the bad pass. Once they got to the front court and everything was clean.
There was no point in throwing it. Just circle around until all your engines come back into your territory. And then there was no point in throwing that pass at that spot.
Defensive foul on the Panthers. Give it to Liberty Creek. That's
They'll
the
learn.
Third team foul on Portland. 43 seconds remaining. An 8-point lead. But Liberty Creek does have the basketball. Clifton tries to go down low. Honeycutt gets in front of Massey, steals the basketball, and Honeycutt immediately gets fouled.
Yeah, Honeycutt's, I don't know how many steals he's had tonight, but that's part of his game. Taking charges, steals. Sometimes when he's hot shooting, but he doesn't have to force it. That's the key, don't force it.
Almost like he baited Liberty Creek into throwing it there on the inside. He come around right at the last second. And that first free throw hits every part of the rim but doesn't fall in.
And he knew who they were trying to get a ball to.
Exactly. Honeycutt's second free throw is drained. That's his first points of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but how many steals does he have?
True.
How many points is that
He has a nice
worth?
steal-to-point ratio.
Yeah,
Davenport
unbelievable.
misses a three, and there's Honeycutt with the rebound, and he'll get sent back to the free throw line. 52-43, Panthers lead with 25.8 to go.
That Massey kid's going to be a pretty good basketball player.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah, and he's really physical. He doesn't mind the contact.
Honeycutt gets the first. Misses the second one. Once again, 1 for 2. Messing up his average a little bit. Massey. Hillis for 3. No good. Rebound, Panthers. 12 seconds remaining. Liberty Creek's going to back off. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 4 seconds, 2, 1. And that'll do it. Your Portland Panthers come out on top in their first district match of the season, defeating Liberty Creek by a score of 53-43. We'll take a short pause. We'll be right back with final thoughts and stats. You're listening to Panther Basketball. Final score, Panthers win by a score of 53-43 over the Liberty Creek Wolves. PHS goes 1 for 2 tonight as the girls were defeated in the first game against Liberty Creek Lady Wolves by a score of 66-46. Is that right? Yeah, I did say that right.
I don't know.
I thought maybe if I looked at it again, it would be different.
I folded it up and put it away.
You ever did that before?
Yeah.
Good win for the boys overall, but they still got some things to clean up before they get in the middle of this district play here.
Yeah, I mean, the key is we don't play deep. So when you don't play deep, you're going to get tired, and that's your hydration, eating right, and getting some sleep. And I know for senior, junior, and high school, getting some sleep could be tough. But they've got to decide on their own where they want to go with this. We don't have tape from last year at the end of the year, but I predicted they were going to be a good team this year, without a doubt. And I've said it before, and I'm sticking to it. And they can be. They've just got so many athletes. They can do so many things. And Totten, he was good last year, but he's even picked his game up a little bit. Or a lot of it. The free throw kind of aggravated me late. He kind of shot him flat tonight. But that goes back to being tired. But that's why when you work on your free throws in practice, you try to work on them when you wore out the very most. Because that's when they matter the most, is when the game's on the line. But Totten has really improved his game. All of them, they've all grown up a year. When you go from junior to senior, that kind of thing, it makes a big difference if you put the work in. So we've got a good ball club. We go 7 deep. We need to get Cottle's going to have to come in and get some minutes for us here and there, because when we play somebody big, he may be the factor, because Keelan, 1, will get tired, and 2 is he may get some cheap fouls early, and then we're going to be in trouble. So that's the only part of the equation, and he's getting JV time. But JV time ain't nothing like varsity time. So, that's the one thing. I think we're going to go 8 deep in my mind, even though Eli Ferguson came in and he played some pretty good moments too. And the good thing about Eli, he's got some length.
You're talking about that DCA game?
Yes. So, I don't know. I'm proud of the team. They played good. Like I said, the only time they get a little lulzy with their passes as the game progresses a little bit, the further away half-court kind of deals, we're staying flat-footed waiting for them. We just got to realize that we're tired. So maybe cut the passes down a little bit more, maybe fake them to make them, so to speak. You do that sometimes when you shoot. You also do it on faking the guy out. Fake like you're going to throw it, get them off the air, up in the air, and then throw your pass.
Right.
So Coach Ferguson will fix that. Coach Ferg knows. Dude, he's been in this kind of situation before. Back in the days he played for Portland High School, every year we were good. We were always trying to get to 20 wins, 22 wins kind of deal. So Coach Ferg knows what he's doing. As long as the kids don't drink the Kool-Aid and listen to him and decide and buy into what they're doing as far as the hydration, the sleeping, and the eating, the sky's the limit for these guys.
Yeah, I agree.
So on scoring tonight, Tristan Calvert ended with 10. Evan Ferguson was 6. Nate Honeycutt with 7. Quentin Totten with 13. Keelan Dalton with 13. Evan Brown with 2, but Evan played some really great minutes. And that's what Evan does. Evan's got to understand he doesn't have to be the scorer. One night, like there was a game earlier in the year, he came in and really ignited us in the fourth quarter with a lot of stuff. But don't get that in your mind that you have to do that. Sidnor came in and got 2. He could have had 4. He decided not to take an easy put back. He'll get that in. He'll make that thing. We were 10 for 14 from the 3. 4 for 7 in the fourth quarter. I'd like to be more like 6 for 7 when the game's on the line. But, you always need to have things to work on. Other stats for us, rebounds, Calvert had 5. Think about that. That's your starting point guard getting down and getting 5 rebounds. Back when Tris Kington used to be here, we used to rotate. Our guards used to get a lot of rebounds. So, and it's because the big guys, their main deal is block out. The guards have to make sure they get in there and get any of that garbage stuff picked up. Evan Brown with 3. Honeycutt with 6. Totten with 2. Keelan with 8. And Centenor with 2. Steals, Calvert, Brown, Ferguson, Dalton with 1. Honeycutt with 4. And they were all huge. Assists, Calvert with 4. Ferguson with 1. Totten with 2. Dalton with 1. 18 turnovers. We talked about that already, so there's no point in really beating a dead horse. It's the things we've been talking about the last 2 or 3 games that's kind of caught them. We get a pretty good lead, then we kind of come out and get tired. And when you get tired, your brain kind of goes away. So we just need to think about it a little bit more, fake it to make it, shorten it down, come to the ball when we need to. We get all that situated, we've got a good chance to have a good run at the end of the year.
PHS goes 1 for 2 tonight as the girls lose the first game, but the boys come back with a victory in the second matchup. That improves their record to 13-4 overall. Most importantly, they're now 1-0 in the district. Friday night, Hall of Fame game versus Springfield. We'll be broadcasting that game along with honoring of this year's Hall of Fame inductees, and we'll have some interesting halftime guests.
Yeah, we won't say it if you don't want to, but we got guests for both games at halftime. So if they don't want to if they don't want to tune in and listen to you, tune in to at least listen to you interview at halftime, because you're really good at that, by the way.
Who we got? Go ahead and tell them.
We got Coach Ferguson coming in. The girls have, which the first half game is the hardest one if you're an inductee, because they have a dinner before the game.
That's right.
And it rolls into the game a little bit. It's hard to get out there and get all that good food eating, whatever you say. And then you got family. You got to go say hi and pamper your family and stuff. So giving that half up during the girls' game is huge, especially since you got a game to coach.
That's right.
Right after that. It's hard if you're just not even in it anymore. It's double hard when you got duty of being a coach. And then the second game, the boys' game at halftime, we got Coach Danny Thompson that's inducted in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he got inducted because of his coaching. I would have, but he got inducted for his playing for sure. He's a great basketball player and baseball player for Portland High School. So he's going to be our guest in the second half or halftime of the boys' game.
Looking forward to that. Of course, we'll be broadcasting that game. Tip-off of the girls' game will be at 6 o'clock p.m. We'll end our broadcast for tonight. For John Thayer and Miguel Amadeus, I'm Kyle Eden.